live now. So don't drop
Hello,
any gamer
world.
words. Yeah. Let's see. All right.
This is on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
The tubes.
The YouTubers. Okay. Well, I guess welcome. This is the first time we're doing this live on stream. We just thought it'd be one, I didn't want to record everything, and two, I thought it'd be more interesting to do a live one, which would be kind of fun. I didn't set up chat on stream. Whatever. But either way, we're gonna try to go through the entire set. If we can't make it through tonight, which I think we'll still be able to make it through tonight.
I think so.
Yeah, me too. Then we're gonna save the rest for tomorrow. I don't know if we'll do another stream or maybe just record the last portion and I throw it up on a video. But either way, this is it's gonna be the set review. Let me switch scenes here. All right, so if this is the first time you guys have been here with our set reviews before, we have here our rating key. It goes from S to F, S being like defining card for the crafter meta, and then all the way to F, which will be non-impactful card. You'll probably never see the card be played. And we do try to keep our ratings within this set only and not talk about too much about the future sets. But I mean, sometimes we go off on random tangents and we end up talking about future sets anyway. But we're going to try to keep everything within this set in the current English meta and then go from there. So we'll start off with the first card here. I guess we'll go myself, then Prescia, and then, actually, Ollie, is this the first time you've been with us, Ollie?
No,
he did set
no, I've
reviews.
been in one.
Okay, I forget.
The Uma one or something.
Yeah. Well, either way, introduce yourself again for people who don't remember you from the Uma one.
I'm Ali. I'm a pretty long time Bushiroad card game player at this point. I've been playing White Schwartz for a long time and SVE since the game came out. Just was at PCS where I got 13th, unfortunately.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Bubbling out, baby. Let's go.
What'd you play?
Sword.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
No.
Yeah.
Bad deck.
100% bad deck.
Sure.
Listen, he did top 8. It must be a bad deck.
So true.
All right, so we'll go in the order of myself, then Prescia, then Ollie, I guess, in reading order. And so we'll start off here with Forest. It's obviously Forest Oracle Pascal. It's a 7-drop 4/7 ward, has fanfare, select the enemy flower on the field and put it on top of its owner's deck. At the start of your end phase, give each other flower on your field +2/+2 and your leader +4. This is I guess it's Fate Touch and Dancer traded as well. But this is a card that I'm when I looked in the JP list around decks, I'm surprised I didn't see this more. But I guess it kind of makes sense too because Puppets is such a standout deck for Forest this meta. But I really like this card. I feel like it was utilized or undervalued. I think Prescia and I talked about this. I think we both kind of agree on that. Its effect itself is really powerful. It can kind of blank a draw for your opponent. So if they place an entire turn playing one big thing on the board, you can just be no, thank you. You can take that back. I'll put this on the board. And if you have an already established board, it definitely builds up those weaker followers you might already have on the board. So even for example, if you just have a bunch of fairies on the board, so then you have a bunch of 3/3s, and it does heal you, and it has ward, and it's at 7 health, which means it can't just be Mistalina, Princess Striked. It still needs something else to completely remove it. This just seems like a really strong card that was underutilized in Japan. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's the first card, but I think this is the most underrated card in the set, easily. I think playing more now, though, it makes sense why this wasn't played at all. So I've been playing a lot 2-cost Abyss. I think that's just the deck I'm going to be playing because it's kind of interesting and stuff. And I think the other two meta decks definitely are Niter Sword again and Puppet Forest. And in those 3 decks, this card is very awkward. So against 2-cost Abyss, you play this down. Either if you're going first or second, the next turn they have Rose Queen, and they're able to clear it no matter. It's very easy. And then one of my other issues with this card, now that I've been playing more, is the other 2 decks, Puppets and Sword. Both of the high value targets, you don't want them to play again next turn anyway. So against Niter Sword, if you play this on curve, you're probably putting Mistalina back to the top, and they just get to play Mistalina again. And it doesn't clear the board, other than that. So they'll just be able to go like Mistalina, yeah, it won't fully kill, but then they can either throw a guy in there or they'll have like one more play point because they'll have, they play another Princess Strike or whatever. And you also just have to ward anyway because that's the turn Maisha comes down probably. So thinking and playing the meta more, I think it makes sense why this wasn't played. But if there was some sort of really control forest deck, maybe Hunters, I could see this deck. You just have to like understand that like the putting to the top of deck is really bad in the meta we're in. Most of the time it's not, because you're still removing it and you're like, quote unquote, like, blocking a draw. But like most of the time, the high threats, they want to play again. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think my issue really with this card is just it's a bit too expensive. 7's like pretty high mana cost for what this does. And yeah, there's just not really a deck this really fits into. And I think my other like issue is that the pump is at the end of the turn. If it was at the start of the turn, this probably be a lot more like effective.
I mean, like in play, it start of the turn and end of turn. End of turn is definitely better. But you mean kind of like on play or something?
Yeah, fanfare.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that because like a deck that would probably value something like this is kind of like what's it called? Like Pixies or whatever, because you have a lot of little guys that go onto the board and kind of stick around because they're so weak. But at the same time, you have Cynthia, which is a 6 cost, I believe, right? That's the card I'm thinking correctly.
Yeah.
Which is kind of does the same thing as this card wants to be doing, but better, essentially.
And it's a win condition.
Yeah. If there was a more control-oriented deck for Forest, where it's like, I don't want to say hard control, but did a better job of just like playing control into like this later game where you're just playing like these value creatures that remove things and they're all weak, but then you get to turn 7 and later, Pascal comes out, and then you start like applying that pressure a lot more. That'd be pretty good as well. But I can see it. Yeah.
I mean, I think this thing is super sick in like Natter Forest. I think this card is like sick in Natter Forest.
I will say 7 health. That's like a premium health total for a follower to have.
Yeah.
That is like out of range of almost everything.
Yeah, my issue is just like we're in a meta where like you have to be killing before turn 7. Or at least be killing on 7 or 8 the next turn, because Rose Queen is just like broken. Like Rose Queen clears every board basically.
There's too many cards at this playable value. They're just more impactful.
Exactly. And it's just one of those where it's like, I mean, I don't know why this didn't bottom deck. This should have just bottom deck. I think if it bottom decked, I would have been more high on it, and I think it would have seen more play. But I do understand playing now more, because before I played, I was really high on this card. And just playing this meta more, it makes a lot more sense now, because it's a 4/7, and then you just give them another play next turn, and it's like it's just I don't know. I wish it was better. I really wish it was better.
Yeah, I agree.
But maybe in Natter Force. I think in Natter Force it actually might be sick, because that's like a pretty control, or like that's a deck you're not gonna be dying on turn 7.
Yeah, for sure. All right, yeah, that's kind of like where I had it too in mind. B for.
It's also like if you take those 3 decks out of the meta, this card is absurd. Like if you're not assuming that like every game's either going to end before 7, or once you get to turn 7 you can't win anymore, this card is insane. It's like a rogue. If you're ever playing like a rogue against a rogue deck, this might be sick against Dragon too, like against Sustain.
Yeah. All right, next card here. This is going to take 2 slides because it's one of those flip cards. Oh my god, actually, I forgot. Maybe I forgot to do other flips. Is this the only flip in the set? Okay.
I think Ozzy Dahaka might be a flip. I don't remember.
I might have
Ozzy's
missed.
Not a flip.
Okay. Because there's another one I definitely forgot to include it. The second Evo.
She was the first flip, and the next set they do Celia. So
okay.
All right, Orcus Puppet Girl, 3 mana 2/2. Evo for 1, evolve into Resolute Puppet. Evo for 4 evolves into Vengeful Puppet, but you can only activate that one if there's 3 puppetry cards in the cemetery, and she does nothing else on play. And then her Evo version, the Resolute Puppet is on evolve summon 2 puppet tokens, and then once on each of your turn, when a puppet you control leaves the field, put a Lloyd token into your EX area. And then the Vengeful Puppet on evolve summons 4 puppet tokens, And then while this card's on the field, each puppet on your field has a sail. And then whenever a puppet you control leaves the field, select enemy leader or enemy follower on the field and deal it 4 damage. So this is, of course, sort of the boss monster of the puppet deck. And this is the new version of the sort of, I don't want to say high roll, but the sort of like, combo forest deck where you really want to be seeing, 3 to 4 specific cards on specific turns. For me, I guess we should talk about the Lloyd token and the puppet token. The puppet token is a 1-mana 1/1 rush that's neutral, that actually matters. And then the Lloyd token is a 0-mana 2/4 ward, heal for 2, and then it's also a puppet. So that thing's really good, and it's a forest traded, or not traded, but class, and that matters because like Elf Song only gives stuff to forest followers, so it won't give it to like the neutral puppets. Anyway, I think that puppets is sort of the like side grade to fairies, where the power cards are more spread out in this deck rather than fairies, where it's like, oh, did I draw Amataz or Cynthia? And if I didn't, I just lose the game. Like this deck is a little more like, okay, well, I can draw No One Be Okay, which was a card from set 5. I can draw Orcus and maybe have a game plan. And then I can also just play a lot of other good generic cards. But the issue is you still have to find like 2 to 3 pieces on very important specific turns. And a lot of these other cards, like you read her, she's a 3-mana 2/2 that does nothing on the base side. Like you have to evolve her. And then there's also like sort of plays you can do where it's like, Puppets is a deck that has almost no interaction, where if I just play a guy and never turn it sideways, your game plan is really rough. Your game plan is going to be really screwed because you won't be able to get Lloyd for free. What do you say? Well, yeah, only Victoria has a sale. And then late in the game you have the Orcus Vengeful Puppet, but that's like, I'm talking more like early game when you really need to set up. Because if you don't set up early game, it gets really rough. But
yeah, it's just like another deck. Like I totally agree. Pressure, I think, is right on the money that like this is a side grade to Pixie. I would almost argue they're almost like the same deck in playstyle, but definitely the power level of the cards are more spread out in this, and like there's a little bit more help on the consistency side because like every puppet card here generates a puppet and does something in that way. So you only kind of like super low roll if you just like open no generating cards for like the first 3 turns of the game, which I did my first game with this deck, and I was like what is going on? This deck is horrible.
It's honestly pretty common. Yeah, it's pretty common.
Yeah. But as long as you can start seeing some of the pieces, your games will be like all right. And then there's the deck also, like Pixies, has a really crazy high roll when you like hit the exact cards at the right time, and then you're just like, yeah, your opponent loses the game here on like turn 5 or 6 because your board is just out of control.
Yeah, I do think the strong power of Orcus is that she is like a solid like mid game card. When you like evo her on 3 or 4, and on top of it also being like a card that you can play as a finisher, because like the vengeful puppet for, I mean that's 8 damage if you can manage to crash all the puppets. Like that's probably killing someone at that health unless you've just been having a miserable game.
Yeah, I think my issue is like when you have to evo her on 3 or 4, she's like a significantly worse floral fencer, and we like floral fencer has been like two sets.
I think she's a little. I think just the fact that you have access to Lloyd makes her a bit better than floral fencer.
But only if you can crash them into something. Like it's a legitimate strategy to like not turn your thing sideways. And it like really like going into turn 3 or 4, depending on if they're going first or second. Like if I just play, like if I'm 2 costs, I just play 2 costs over the turn 2 and 3, and then they evo Orcus, I just don't turn anything sideways. They just can't do anything.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
and also, talking more about sort of Orcus is like a late game thing. You do have to be, wary of like if she die, like if you swing the puppet and then she dies, like the effect doesn't happen. And she's 3 costs, so she gets killed by whispers, and she's surefire target as well. So she's a little weak. That's why like. Yeah, I don't know. It feels more vulnerable than fairies, as in your opponent can kind of like outplay the deck versus like fairies where it's like, oh, okay, you drew the nuts, you drew circle into dancer, into whatever, This feels like even if you draw the nuts, if you know how to play against the deck, like if you make them play Victoria, which we'll get to later, and like clear something, you're balling. You're like, okay, awesome. That's 5 damage that I'm not going to take late game, because I didn't turn anything sideways. But I don't know. It's a deck that we'll have to see play out. And one thing I do like about it is it's very, I guess, like customizable. Like there's a lot of different builds for the deck because it's only like 18 to 21 like core cards. And so, you see the more like super combo versions, you see the more super mid-range versions, you even see sort of like a more classical mid-range from like digital where you put a bunch of removal and stuff in.
I actually kind of prefer the idea of playing this as more of like a tempo mid-range deck than like
I like it too.
And like an out purely aggro deck.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are considering more.
Whenever I play Forest, like I always like their more mid-range game plan decks than anything, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what are we rating this? I'm kind of torn because it's such an important card, but at the same time, I feel like maybe it's not as impactful as I would imagine it to be.
I'm gonna rate it an A because I think it's not the main, like it's not the reason the deck is strong. I think one of the cards later.
It's a powerful tool the deck has access to.
Yeah,
and it's like it's good that there's like they added a card like this because if you just had Noah, you would have a really hard time closing out games. And so now that you have like 6 cards that can close games out, but it's still, like most Forest decks right now, it's the turn 5 or 6 that really matters. That's the most important turn. And if you have a bad turn there, the game's pretty much over. So I'm going to give it an A because I think later I'm going to give a puppet card an S because I think it's more.
Yeah, I was torn between B and A. I'm gonna give it the B because it's like I like the card. It just at the same time just like like. Yeah,
I'm just sick of the high roll decks. I'm just sick of the high roll decks. I don't want to play. I don't want to play like these.
Unfortunately, they decided that was going to be Forest's identity.
Yeah. That's like Force identity since digital though. So.
Moving on here. Ollie, this is you.
Zwei, right? Yeah. Yep. We got Zwei, 2/2, 3 mana. Evolves for 2, and then Fanfare, you can turn a puppet in your EX area and turn into a Victoria token. The Victoria token is a 4/1 rush assail that also has Fanfare draw card, is also a puppet while it's on the field. And then when she evolves, you can choose a Victoria on your field, and it does not take damage this turn. I am also a pretty big fan of this card. This is like kind of like the answer to the problem that Prussia presented, where like I just don't turn cards sideways and you can't interact with them. This is pretty much the way you can interact with them, and it leaves a 4/4 and a 4/1 for your opponent to deal with, and gives you more card advantage.
Well, yeah, but if you do the Evo, it's like that's turn 4 and 5. Like to me, like especially turn 5, like if you're going first and you do this, I'm 100% fine you doing that because it's like that's not progressing your game plan at all. That's like reacting to my board, which I think is like what Puppets doesn't want to do because that's not a thing that they can really do well. Because if you have to waste a puppet, you have to waste Y and the Victoria token, like clearing something. And where that could have been 5 damage later with Noah. And that's sort of like, for me, that's like the goal that I have when I play against the deck. Is like, I just want you to do the most awkward turns possible that does not progress your game plan. Like, progressing your game plan would be able to play this and pass. And if I can make you not do that, I'm going to do that. And that's sort of my thought process and like why the Victoria is not like actually as impactful because you're wasting so much late game damage that like I'm fine with that trade. Like if you kill my guy and the 4/1, because the 4/1's gonna die next turn anyway, So yeah, I mean, I like this card. It's sort of a backup to another card we'll talk about here soon. And then the Evo is kind of niche. I don't see it used that much in a lot of lists. It's like a one of Evo, just as like
that's what I think it's a one of.
So I don't know. It's just 2/2 is so rough. Like 2/2 stats.
Yeah, it's
awful.
pretty
Like,
bad.
that's abysmal. So I don't know. I mean, it's just a weird deck because it's like you look at all these pieces and you're like, wow, 0 mana 4/1. So you could go like 3 mana 2/2 summon a 4/1 draw card, but then it's like if you do that, you just have no more resources to use in the next 2 turns, which are really important. Turn 4 and 5 and 6-ish. So it's almost like a deck where like when you watch games, it's a lot of just like play a card pass when they could be doing more, but they're just like kind of gambling for like the super power, like, turn 5 Anastasia, push everything up boards, so
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm giving this a B. I think it's almost like a tech backup card for this deck, and you're gonna play 3 of it because it's fine, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. I think you kind of covered it all. Like from my testing, I kind of agree with everything you said, so I don't think there's anything much to say beyond that. Moving along here, we got the 3-drop 1/3 Lycoris. Is that Lycoris?
Like
Oh, hey,
Poisoner Princess. Yep.
Yeah.
Bane, during your turn, whenever an enemy flower is put from your field into the cemetery, deal 1 damage to its leader, and then you can tap this, select another flower on your field, and give it Bane. Verdant and Princess. This is a card.
It's a card that exists.
It is.
Those traits matter.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know how I should be using this card at all. It's just like, what was this designed for?
I guess maybe to play it in fairies, you can give a fairy Bane and crash it into something.
Possibly, I guess.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, I don't know. This card just seems pretty. Cards that seem like mediocre at best, like this, like I don't even know if it's mediocre. I don't. How often
cool that
does
it itself has Bane?
Yeah, I mean, so if someone crashes into it once you tap it, like you're gonna at least go 1 for 1 there, and hopefully,
Yeah.
And then cards like this that you need another card on the board that can swing too makes it awkward. I don't know. I feel like on turn 3, there's just so many other better things you could be doing, and I don't know if you necessarily combo this with anything else in particular.
I just realized they don't really have like board like they don't have like an Aria's Whirlwind in this game, or like. Because I was thinking about just like if you like this card in like sort of some of the digital decks, like a card like this would be good where you have some like AoE potential or things where it's like you don't care about any of the other effects other than like every time you kill something you deal 1 damage,
Yeah.
But it only works if you're able to like do a turn where you clear the board efficiently, and you're not.
Like turn 4 this, turn 5 Cassiopeia.
That's actually that's actually kind of true. Actually, yeah, something like that would actually be pretty good.
But then, like, you're just spending your turn 4 doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but you have to be in a deck. Like, this is the deck where the Unicorn Pascal Licorice deck. We've got to find that. Where it's like some super hard control deck that's like is fine going to late game because they don't
control forest with anomaly top end. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. Natural forest, and we don't play Latica or the 0 cost, and we just play like Maisha. I don't know. I think this card is unplayable.
Yeah, I'm in the unplayable camp on this card. I think
it's like cool, but yeah, it's definitely not good.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
All right, Lena and Lana, Twin Souls, Storm, Strike. If there are at least 3 followers on the field, give this follower +1 attack. So the traits are Hunter and Beast. When I first read or saw this card, I didn't know this was a Hunter card, and you guys know I'm a kind of big Hunter fan. So I tried this card a little bit. It's kind of cool, especially if you're playing a Ligma version of Hunters and not sort of the like super hard control like Elephant and Silverbolt-esque stuff. This is one of just the best pulls from Ligma, and you can get Ligma's damage up to like 13 or 14 if you play this, and then you get something else. But again, Ligma builds are just so high rolly anyway. Like you just have to hit something good, and you
Yeah.
only check top 4. And then it's also just like without the effect happening, it's a awful card. Like 4 mana 3/3. We don't even play Novice Trooper anymore. Like it's
Worst
just
Novice
such a worse
Trooper.
Novice Trooper. So I don't know.
Yeah, and the like Prisha said, the best like this would fit best in the Ligma deck. But I personally, I don't know about other people, I'm not a big fan of like, I hope my finisher does what I want it to do to
What do
actually
you mean,
win the
dude?
game.
That's the best fucking kind of card. I love casino high rolling.
Oh man, I only liked casino high rolling when I was playing Hero Entry. Oh man, I don't know. I played against this because Pressure was playing the deck, and I was like, I think like the best thing is literally the Ligma turn.
I mean, yeah, it's nice that Ligma has like more than like one card that it's okay to hit. It's okay to get now.
Yeah.
If they got like a couple more like goblins, I think you could do a really good aggro forest deck. But like a generic aggro forest deck where it's not, not like a specific thing. But then it's like, why would you play that over fairies? So
True. All right, moving on.
This is mine, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We got Michelle the Mind Reader. 1/1 for 1. Evos for 2. Doesn't do anything else but Evos. The Evo is on Evolve. Search for a Forest Guard follower that costs 5 or more. Add to your hand. This is a pretty neat card.
Dang, this is just what's that card in Sword? Maid Leader?
Maid Leader? Yeah, this is basically like your Maid Leader. Like it's like it's pretty like the card itself is actually not good, but your 5-drops are like so good in Forest that you have to play this anyways.
Yeah, I could see it. Like a lot of turn 5s and 6 where Forest is so important, you need to see one of your 5-drops. Either it's like Anastasia, Spinaria, Cassiopeia is really good at 5. The sad part about this card, it can't get Latica. I forgot Latica's 4-drop, huh?
Because Nidorsaurus fucking sucks, dude.
You can get Elephant.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, the best Nidorsaurus.
I don't know. This seems just like it seems like a tool if you need it for a 5 cost or more. It seems completely fine.
I believe Puppets does play this because it really wants to see Anastasia.
Ooh, I hope they do.
I
hope they play this guy.
Did any of my Puppet lists even run this card? I'm trying to think. I don't even know. That or I never drew it.
I think this is one of the biggest bait cards in the set. I think this card is horrendous. I'm choking. This card so bad.
So bad. It's killing Pressure right now on stream.
No, I think that this card is really, really bait because this deck does not function like Sword deck, or Forest does not function like Sword, where you can sort of skip turn 2 or 3 for like an investment to turn 5.
Yeah.
Because if you play a 2/2 on turn 2 or 3 going first, you're dead. It's over because you're not building puppets, you're not making fairies, and then in Hunter there's nothing you want to get anyway here. Ligma maybe and Izudia, but she's also not a hunter anyway. I think there's a really big bait. It's also like those cards that you want to be getting. Like Cassiopeia is I think Cassiopeia is like the best card you can get because like cards like Anastasia, you have to have done, prep before for her to be good. You have to have played the puppets and made the fairies and stuff for her to be good. And you're spending a really important turn 2 or 3, sort of like going that, like, oh, well, I didn't draw this card, so I have to go draw it right now. It's almost one of those things where it's like, if you need to play this card for a specific card you need, just hard mulligan for that card. Like if you are playing a deck where you need this card and you need a specific 5-drop, I just hard mulligan for it every time.
Yeah,
because it's better, it's worth the risk, or that risk is better than playing a 2/2 on, especially like everything's a 2/3 now. Like she's not going to be able to trade into anything either.
I wonder why did they make it cost 2 to Evo? I feel like if this was like a 1 Evo, yeah,
he broke it.
I mean-
I don't think you could do that. I don't think you could do that because there's a huge difference between like playing it as a goblin going second and searching like the most important card in your deck, and it's just one of those designs where it's like it either has to be really good or really bad. And I'm glad it's not really good because then it'd make the decks like a little too not necessarily consistent, because what happens when you design a card like that, it makes the decks become more greedy, you know, so it'd feel even worse to high roll because you'd play like way greedier cards because you know I'm always going to get Anastasia or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, because you saw what's his name, a Hermit from Niagara Forest, you know, they scuffed the crap out of him. He, you know, he's not Nadra, and he only gets 7 from Grave, you know.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Ollie? S+?
I mean, no, but I mean, like, I think because like your 5-drop star is so good, this is like worth playing, and it is possible. Like, depending on the hands you get, it is possible to like weave this in and still be able to like generate puppets for that Anastasia turn. Because if you hit that Anastasia turn with like puppet with like Zwei and Lloyd, you basically like win the game off that.
Yeah, but this is a turn where you can't play Zwei or Lloyd. Or do you mean Victoria? Or like this is a turn where you're not setting that stuff up.
You can. You can like, still. You can for sure. It just you have to. It takes the correct like sequences of draws to do it. It's
well, but if you go like if you go first and you go Junk on 1, the guy on 2, you're not playing.
No. Well, you go like Michelle 1, turn 2. You got Evo. If you have Evo points, turn 1 Michelle, turn 2 Evo Michelle Junk, turn 3 Heartless Battle, and
but you have no puppets. You have no puppets.
You play. Last play point you play Junk.
No, and so going second, you play Michelle on turn 1 going second.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna give this an F.
You say that, and then you lose the game on 5.
But you don't. But like you don't because your opponent's board is 3/2/3s, and we
and your board is your board's a 5 of
No, I mean
6,
it's 3/2/3s on the turn you play Heartless Battle.
Right. Okay.
You're going second.
And you make an even ridiculous board on 5. So like
you have 2 turns to get to 5 because you're going second.
Right. So you probably you might have to trade some light. Again, it depends on like how the draws worked out.
All right. Well, we'll move on from this. I don't think there's going to be any agreement here. All right, we got this 2-drop 2/2 Liam, Master of Puppets fanfare. Put 2 puppet tokens into your EX area, and then it has an activated ability where you tap it, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal a puppetry card from among them and add it to your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Activate only if there are at least 3 puppetry cards in your cemetery. Card is good because it makes 2 puppets, and then everything else is even better on top.
That's second. In fact, I'm gonna be honest, it's just like pretty fake.
It is super fake. Every time I drew this card, I was like, I'm never using a secondary ability.
I play this shit on turn 2, and then I never see it again anyways.
Yeah, I played against puppets today, and I honestly thought the effect was 2 puppetry cards. Getting to 3 is like pretty rough. Yeah, the second effect is not. Yeah, it's not real.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just a puppet generator.
Yeah, it's this card says make 2 puppets in your EX zone. That's pretty good for puppets.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
All right, Heartless Battle. Select 2 cards named Puppet in your EX area. Transform 1 into Lloyd token and the other into a Victoria token. And then we know what the tokens do. This is the most important card to the deck. This is the thing that's going to boost your win rate by 20% when you see it, and, sort of the thing you'll learn pretty fast is playing this and then keeping the 2 in the back so that you can have like a crazy Anastasia turn. And yeah, this is just the key to the deck. If you don't see this, hopefully you saw Zwei. And if you don't see either, the deck probably sucks. Yeah, this is just the most important card of the deck. It's very much like a Heartless Battle simulator. You just want to you have to draw this card. This is also like probably one of my favorite arts like.
Dude, yeah, this art is sick.
Really sick art.
Yeah, dude. The first time I got to play this card, I was having such a bad game. I only had one puppet in my EX zone, and I was like, I think I still lose.
Yeah, you can't play it. You can't play it if you only have one.
Yeah, because it says you have to select two. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, this card is just so important. I don't know how to rate this. Is it S? It has to be, right?
I'm giving it an S because this is the thing that makes the deck, and
yeah.
I think it is a fairly appropriate. It is a very strong card. Even if you're not playing a combo, it's still 3 mana, make 6/5 worth of stats, and
draw a card.
Draw a card.
Yeah,
it does so much. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the turn you played, if you have to push the puppets up, it's at least you've taken a pretty decent turn.
All right, next card here, Ollie.
It's Junk. He's Junk. It's a 1 mana 1/2. Put 2 puppets in the EX. Enough said.
It's better than Liam.
Yeah.
Finally, they printed a 1 mana 1/2 instead of all these 1 mana 2/2s.
Yeah.
All right. Next card here. We got this 4-drop 4/4 Insane Dark Elf. Evos for 1. It has strike, put a fairy wisp token into your EX area. On the Evo side, it has strike, put a fairy wisp token in your EX area. And then during your turn, whenever this flower deals combat damage, refresh it. And it becomes a 5/5. That's actually kind of cool. I like the cards I'm reading now that I didn't see earlier because I've only been playing puppets. Card seems it's 5 movements. I mean, as long as you evo this and get a swing twice, you can potentially clear 2 things and generate 2 fairy wisps, which I think is totally fine. It lets you pop off harder on
combat damage. Is if it hits a follower as well. Is that still considered combat damage? I thought combat damage is only to face.
I think combat damage is followers.
I think it's followers.
Followers as well.
Yeah. Unless there's a distinction I'm not remembering.
A very interestingly designed card for set 9 or set 8. if they had to live a turn.
It has to live a turn and hit phase.
I would definitely question, what they were thinking over there.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a pretty cool control and wisp generator, and wisp are so good for the turn. What's it called? Turn 5, turn 6, Anastasia, Spinaria, whatever 5-drop flavor you want to go with in your deck, which is good because if you've played Forest, getting free combo pieces like that is really good, and it's probably decent in Pixies for controlling the board a bit. I feel like this probably could clear 2 things fairly easily, right? You go into a 4/4, you clear their 4/4, and then you clear whatever is left that has 5 or less health. Yeah. Card doesn't seem that horrible. I don't know if it sees any play because I didn't look at any Pixie lists or anything like that, but I could definitely see this having some potential in that case. But also, I feel like this card is probably infinitely better going second, and I feel like a lot of times in this game, it's you go first or nothing, unless you have a really good reason to go second.
We finally learned.
Yeah. It only took that long. Any other thoughts?
I think this card is really bad. I don't even think the only card the only deck that's playable in is fairies, and you don't even have enough room for this.
Yeah.
What are you cutting to play a card that conditionally summons a wisp? Because it's also asking for 2 things to be sideways.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think it's good specifically on the turn 4 when you evo it and you get 2 wisps for your Anastasia. Exactly.
Yeah. I did just realize, I think later on in the set review, I'm going to be giving a lot of points to cards that are 4/4s because I think that's a really nice stat line right now. So I think I'll bump it up to a D because I do think 4/4s are pretty good right now. But it's an F in reality.
All right, moving on.
All right, Zealot of Unkilling, 2 mana 2/3. Fanfare if there are at least 3 hunter cards in your cemetery. Select the enemy file on the field and give it -4. This is the super sick new hunter deck that kind of makes this board lock deck where all of your things on the board are just 0 attack and you can't swing into anything at all. I tried this a lot when we started testing. It's a very cute deck. It's a very funny deck. It's gonna be fun in locals, but it's just not real enough. It's just I think my issue with it is it probably has an okay matchup into like mid-roll puppets, but it has no way to win against 2 Cost Abyss. It has 0 way to win. Like, I do not know how you're supposed to win that matchup. So
S tier thighs though. Jesus Christ.
yeah, I'm glad they made this card good because in digital this card sucked. I really liked the art. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a cool deck. It also is like, it is just another fighter that's gonna have like situational use in like a normal Ligma Hunter deck.
Mhm.
So I do like that because that was one of the issues, was like 2-drops were so scuffed. Like, you had some okay ones, but you know, I don't know. So
I mean, I would say 2 mana, like effectively blank an attacker on your opponent's boards. Like, it's at least like, you know, it's a decent tool.
yeah, I'm still gonna give it a B because I think it's a really just, you know, strong card in general. But it's just, I think that the whole, you know, boardlock deck is bad, and then I think Hunters is bad, but it's the best card in both of those decks.
Doesn't Hunters have to swing at some point? How does that deck win by boardlocking?
They don't have to swing.
Yeah, you just build a big enough board, and then you play either Elephant or Silverbolt or Sylvia, and you just like swing. You know, you have like 4 things on the board. You swing, you do like 10 or 50 or 10 or 12, and you Elephant and do 10 or whatever.
I see.
Yeah. It's just like you wait for the elephant turn, and you know, basically swing in 3 to 4 times. Elephant Evo that goes in for like 15 or something stupid, and you're like, okay, I'm good to go. Easy game, easy life. But in practice, that's what it's supposed to be like. But in practice, it's not. It's not really like that at all.
In practice, you have 2 cards left in hand against like puppets, so not even like a discard deck, not even like a, you know, hand rip deck, and then like you're just living off the top from turn 5 onwards. That's how like Hunter has worked for a really long time, and it kind of still works. Or you like play a really bad slow package of like Harvest Festival, Ancient Elf, and Marvelous Sunday. But that's just too slow right now, so I don't know.
Yeah. Unless your opponent just like sees you do this and doesn't realize that you can loop it, then and then they actually do get full block.
It's a great first regional. Might have a lot of people on this deck. I think that just be aware. I don't want you guys to get hosed by. You know.
I mean, once you learn this deck and learn to play against it, this deck isn't that scary at all. But the first time you run into it with having no idea what's going on, and you're like, "What the heck?" Like, my opponent's not turning anything sideways. 3 of my 5 slots on the board are just 0 attack. I can't do anything. Yeah, and like
and then 2 costs is just like Rose Queen.
2 costs is just like I win the game. Yeah,
because I'm at 30 health, and the next turn Maisha comes down. It's like, you know, it's over.
All right, moving on here.
This is me.
Yep.
I got Knower of History, 4 mana, 3/3. Fanfare, summon Ancient Artifact token. Whenever a token file is put on your field, select an enemy file on the field and deal it 2 damage. Ancient Artifact is a 1 mana, 3/1 with Rush. It's like, 4 mana is kind of expensive for this.
So at least you get a I forget. Ancient Artifacts 2/3 Fanfare draw card.
3/1 Rush. Nope.
Oh, it's that one. Oh,
Rush.
Okay, never mind. I thought this was the drawing one. I was like, this isn't too bad if it's the drawing one, because like maybe you clear some small thing you left behind, and then you draw a card and you have a ward to protect you turn. Never mind. Let's move on.
If you ever get like a I don't know, maybe if you put this in like your Pixie deck and you get like a free turn to put this down, you can just like slam Pixies on the board and clear your opponents. I guess that's like the coolest thing you can do with this.
Yeah. I guess that's somewhat of a I know it's still pretty bad.
It's 4 mana.
All right, we got here Ward of Unkilling. It's a 2-drop amulet. Fanfare. Select an enemy fall on the field, give it -2 attack, and then you have pay 1, tap it, bury this card, select a hunter flower that costs 2 or less in your cemetery, and summon it. You can use this to.
That's how you loop it.
Yeah, this is one of the ways you loop the other 2-drop. Card's completely fine, and you can bring back even Cleaver for storm damage if you want. What else good 2-drops Hunter has, 2 or less?
Crossbowman's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's usually Cleaver, Servant, or was she Zealot? No, she's Zealot. That's right, because the second ones are Zealot. What's the other one that I was bringing back a lot?
The one that like heals and there's a ward or something.
Oh yeah. The Goblin is a heal. You can play the
3/3 ward,
the Greenwood Guardian,
Yeah.
but that's more the Ligma build. Like you'd be doing that in the Ligma build for sure.
Yeah.
It's a good. It's the second best hunter. Or like it probably honestly is the second best hunter card. Period. Like it's a really strong card. It's just I just think Hunters is weak, and then board lock Hunters is weak as well.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
All right, we get to move on to Sword. We don't have to end this in the video or anything, guys. Let's go. Let's go, Pressure.
So is this okay? Cool.
Yeah.
Aether of the Warrior Wing, 3 mana, 2/3. Search your deck for a commander or officer card, reveal it and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. At the start of your end phase, if there are at least 7 sword followers in your cemetery, give each follower on your field +1/+1. I really like how well they translate this card from digital to physical, because this is, of course, one of the most impactful and sort of iconic sword cards in the good era. This card's like pretty good. And then you start to realize how many things don't have commander or officer traits. Like Leon, all the Atra stuff, none of them are officers or commanders.
It's okay. The most important card, though, has commander trait.
Yeah, and then for some reason they print Natra and they give Mistelina and Baleon commander traits. So this is just going to be another Nurturer card, and it is just a good card in general. It's a way better version of Jumpstart Commander.
It's buff Jumpstart Commander, yeah.
Yeah, and I especially think now in this era, 2/3 is way stronger than 3/2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good card. It's a really good card. It's just like, I don't know. I saw someone say, or is this Cam that said this? It might have been Cam. I don't know, but someone said how like it's a shame that both of the sword legendaries are just like legendary versions of like old set 1 cards, and it really is what it is.
Yeah.
In Natural Sword, like getting the 7 sword followers engraved is so easy. That second effect actually comes online pretty well.
Wait, is it easy? Don't you only have Baleon, Mistelina, the 2-cost guy? What other sword followers do you have in that deck?
Aether of the Warrior Wing.
Aether, I guess now.
Maid Leader.
Baleon, Maid Leader, Mistelina.
Yes, Mistelina, Baleon, the 2-drop.
Tigress if you player.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting to 7 that fast.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All right. Before we move on to the next card, though, guys, slam that like button. What the heck? There's like 20 of you watching. We have 0 likes. I hate all of you.
Dislike it.
No, don't dislike. No, please. Actually, you know what? Yeah, dislike this stream if you hate us. That's fine too. All right.
If you think my opinions suck, then you should like the stream.
Damn. Suddenly 100 likes.
No. Yeah, 100 likes.
Oh man. All right. Moving on here, Ollie. This is you.
All right, we got Dion the Dancing Blade. 3 mana, 3/3. She has Storm and she evos for 6. When she evos, she still keeps her Storm, and then she has Strike, refresh this follower, perform only twice per turn, so she can get in for 9.
No, she can get in for 18.
Someone out there is going to tell me, like, they played this, they evoed, they did 9 damage, and next turn they decked out or something. Because this is just like, people that think this card is good are the like different game players, Like,
why would you
do not know how do you get to turn 9 in this game anymore?
And why wouldn't you just be playing Masha at that point?
Yeah, exactly. Or Albert.
Listen, Captain.
I mean, I guess this is a little less awkward than Misha sometimes, but still.
I'm gonna give it D because
the chat is killing me.
Yeah, that's anything to take pressure down. Anything. I like her. She's not very good. Like, she's a better. Would you even say this is just a better? What's my boy's name?
The 3 man. The 3.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah.
Novice Trooper.
Not. This is not. This is just
Novice
Trooper.
It's not better Albert.
Yeah. My boy Albert, man, I love him.
It's not better Novice Trooper because this is going to cost $3 more.
Yeah.
So true. Anyone need a UR?
Is there an ultra rare for this? I thought.
Yeah, the Evo is an ultimate rare.
Upsetting. All right, next card here.
I also think there's a nice looking card.
All right, 4-drop 3/4 Roland the incorruptible. Dude, I can't read. Dude, English is too hard, man. All right.
No, I got you.
Thank you. All right. Evo's for 1. It has ward. It has fanfare. Choose one of the following. Search your deck for Durandal the Incorruptible. Reveal it and put it to your hand and shuffle your deck. Or you may summon Durandal from your hand. Let's take a quick look at Durandal. So this is a 3-drop amulet that has tap. Choose one of the following. Select the flower on your field and give it +1 attack, or select the flower on your field and give it +1 health. It has select the flower on your field for the rest of the turn. During each opponent's next turn, it has, if this flower would take more than 3 damage, it takes 3 damage instead. So we did mess around with this card a little bit. This card is this card is really good because of Durandal. Being able to summon this and summon Durandal out on the same turn just feels so good. It makes this card so much more harder to remove as well. Oh, sorry, I have to say the Evo side. Evo side is a 4/5 ward on evolve. Refresh each amulet on your field. At the start of your end phase, give your leader +3 health, and if Durandal's on the board, you draw a card. So like the ideal is on turn 4 or 5, or 4 if you have Evo points, 5 if you went first. You just want to slam this plus Durandal put Durandal on the board for free. Give this an attack or whatever, and then restand it, and then give it so that it will only take 3 damage next turn. If it's more than 3, it makes it quite annoying to deal with, as well as it does draw you a card and heal you a bit. So like when you're able to pull that off, this card feels so good. Durandal's so annoying. The effect when your opponent, when you only take 3 damage at most on each like swing or whatever, it just feels so good because they have to waste so much to like remove this card if they want to really remove it. And there's not a ton of amulet hate going around right now. It's like what, Technolord is like a card that people play. What else?
I forgot he could do.
Yeah.
That actually makes this card weird. Unironically, that.
It's also like you have to have the Durandal on hand already to play a buff on the same
that's
turn,
the
right?
biggest issue. This is this is clicking backspace 4 times away from being like an insane card. If they removed choose one of the following, this card would be really, really strong. But without it, it just becomes super inconsistent. Sword is already a super inconsistent deck, and you just can't waste a turn 3 search Durandal so that this turn is good, because she's really not affecting the board at all. She sets you up and is really nice. Honestly, I found a lot more use playing her down late game, 7 or 8, where I just established this thing where after we're kind of out of resources, we're healing and all that stuff, and then Rose Queen comes out and you just still lose.
You still lose.
Most against most, because I was playing this with a thief build with Octress and all that stuff, and literally most of the games came down to, okay, I need to deck you out. I will never kill you. I need to deck you out. It's well, is that good? No, it's not. It's really bad. And then once you realize that's their only way of winning, you just go, okay, well, I'm just not going to play Arbiter this game, and I'm still fine because your deck sucks. So...
yeah, it's one of those things, too, where, the thing you want it to do the most is you want to play Durandal for free. You never want to search for it, which means a lot of the times you're going to have 3 Durandal in your deck, just to make sure to get this on time, and that's hurting your deck consistency more, because drawing multiple Durandal, you just literally want to blow your brains out. It's a dead card after the first one hits the board, essentially, which is the rough part. But yeah, you get the nutty turn 4, turn 5 this into Durandal. You're gaming for sure.
Hear me out. You have double Durandal in your hand and Roland. Turn 4 Durandal, turn 5 Roland Evo. You have 4 activations of Durandal that turn. That's kind of insane, right?
Wait a minute. What about this in Crosscraft, guys, with the Haven search cards?
Yo!
I'm disliking every time you say Crosscraft.
No, please. No, I need more likes.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah. Cool card, but yeah.
Yeah, the first game we played with this Pressure, I was like, "Oh, this card is pretty sick," and then every game after that, I was like, "Ooh, this card is pretty rough."
It was funny because it was like I was really high on it at first, and he was like, "No, I think this sucks." He didn't say that exactly, but that's what he meant. And then I played it, and then I was like, "Oh, I think this sucks," and then he started to get high on it.
Yeah.
It was like we swapped, and then it's like, "Nah, I think this deck just sucks."
Yeah, it was the restand double. You did the double only take 3 on 2 things, and I was like, how do I remove this board now?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like once you realize like it's only the quote unquote high rolly turn that like really pops off of the deck whenever you play this, then yeah. All right, I guess we should rate Durandal. Let's move Durandal real quick.
I'm rating it the same.
Yeah. Ask if you can play for free.
I think it's worse. I think it's worse because I think even if you never get Durandal, Roland's still an okay like Evo, heal 3, ward.
Yeah. All right. Wait, so Sword has an Amulet Searcher in Geno. You're right, guys. We need to be playing Geno instead.
I talked about that. Remember when we talked about that?
Yeah. Oh, doesn't he cost 2 to Evo though? He's like a 2-drop 2 to Evo.
No, he's a 2-cost 1 to Evo. He's like a generic 2-drop to Evos.
Yeah, he's in the wrong craft though. He should be back in Portal. But
all right, Sword Flash Panther, 4-mana 4/3 rush. Select a sword follower that costs 2 or less in your cemetery, summon it, and give it 1 attack. This card is the best sword card in the set, like 100. This card is broken. This card is nuts. every time I play this, like get Octus back. Octus like a 4/5. It's like we're so ballin'. And then you have like 3 games where the first 3 turns you have to pass because you have 5 4-drops in your hand. And it's like, oh wait, I think this card's broken, but the deck sucks. So
yeah, every time Pressure played this card and got Octus out, and I was like, this is miserable, dude. Like, especially because like in kind of by that time in the game, you're able to Evo it for free. So you're just like, here's 8-7 worth of stats on the board on 4, basically, and you're like, what just happened?
The sick thing is being able to do like a 1-card combo of like Aether, Summon, Sword Flash, get Octus on 7. Like that actually I pulled off 2 or 3 times. It was really strong. So I don't know. There could be some sort of sword deck that's like that middle ground of like aggro to mid range that wants a card like this. But I think like I don't know. There's no 2-drop storms, are there?
No.
Obviously, Octus.
Ooh, there is a card that Storm you can summon. It's our boy Quickblader.
That's 2 Storm right there.
Oh man.
Why are the only good sword cards furries? I've been asking that for a really long time.
We need more broken 2-drops.
Oh man. God, I wanna rate this like so much higher, but I think I am gonna give it a C. I do like because dude, the turns you get to do like the Octus play is like the hypest ever. You're like, oh, this is so good, and then everything besides that is just kind of like card's still really good.
I think Octus is like the only actual good target for this card.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right, moving on. Skip Durandal onto this. Whose turn?
This is me, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I got Azor, Duke of the Mists, 4 mana, 3/4 ward, Evo for 3. He's a 4/5. Still has ward, and then on of all select up to 2 swordcraft followers that cost 2 or less in your cemetery and summon them. Yo, it's like the Panther.
Yeah.
But it costs a lot more.
Maybe they wanted you to do like a 2-cost sword instead of 2-cost abyss.
2-cost sword.
I mean, right? There's 2 card, and then you get Alterplane in this deck, and then these are like your like Sword Flash, and this are your Rose Queen and Rule Knight, I guess. I mean, honestly, thinking like maybe that's not too bad. Are there enough good 2-costs? That's something I actually want to see. I might think about that. It's not going to be good, but it's funny they added this card without the maid and butler that he has, but they come in way later. But yeah, this card fucking sucks.
I can't even think of any 2-drops other than what's our boy? The 3/3 from the starter deck.
Latham, yeah.
Latham and
Octrus.
Actress. That's like
Octrus's people. I mean, the other Octrus card that comes out this set. The thief from it'd probably just be like a thief deck, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a command. You can summon the dog and do 2 damage.
Whoa, insane.
Busted.
Is he a 2-drop?
Yeah.
Was he a 2/3?
3/2.
Well, that's not bad actually.
Spoilers for a later card.
All right. I assume you're effing this also, Ollie.
Yeah. Keep forgetting I have to put scores up.
All right, is me now, right? So this is a 7-drop 5/5 Mad Lance Centaur. Rush strike selected enemy 4 on the field and deal it 4 damage. All right.
I've never been able to tell like where this guy's head is.
It's on his shoulders, right?
But doesn't it look weird? Like
it does.
I've always been
it's like the angle, like his butt is up in the air, and like
I think because the thing on top of his pauldron looks like a helmet.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. 7 mana to hit something for 4. I'm good.
Oh no, you get to hit something for 9.
Oh, so true. Gensetsu, she's done.
All right. Dance of Usurpation. 4 mana, select any number of enemy followers on the field and deal 4 damage divided between them. If there are at least 10 cards in opponent's cemetery, deal 8 damage divided among them instead. And if there are at least 20, deal 8 damage to each enemy leader. This card is super sick.
Insane. This card's broken.
It's not broken because of the deck sucks, but
listen, if we just scratch out the 20 and put 10 instead, this card is sick. It's so broken.
Yeah, it's so bad because it's like it's a brick in your hand for a really long time.
If you play 3 of them, your opponent just dies.
Yeah, for 12 mana. Whoa,
yeah.
12 mana. That's crazy.
Yeah, and 20 cards in grave.
Yeah, just easy peasy.
And then your opponent's Octrus takes this and casts
the mirror's gonna go hard.
Yeah. The issue with this card is it's like it turns Omen Sword, Thief Sword into like definitely like a mid-range deck because you can't play this unless you play the 1-cost mill 3 card from last set or 2 sets ago. And it's just I don't know. I don't think Sword can function as like a good mid-range deck. They just don't have enough value cards.
This is also like Sword's only real way to like board wipe outside of Cyclone Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, the few times Pressure played this card against me, it was really hype, and I like this card a lot. It's just, it's really good into 2-cost Abyss because they just play Arbiter and they're like, oh, look, you helped me out, bro. Thank you. And then they just start slamming this.
Because the issue against 2-cost Abyss is your win con is never killing them because they heal too much for your deck.
Yeah.
Like, the win con is milling them out, and this doesn't mill them out, It clears the board, but...
Yeah. I think this is you, Ollie.
Yes. We got the Phantom Assassin, 1 mana 2/2. Fanfare. If there's at least 2 assassin followers in your cemetery, give this +1/+1 in Bane.
I don't even know how many assassin followers there are.
Good assassin followers.
Yeah. The other Leod and Tsubaki are pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Tsubaki's pretty good.
Yeah, Leod and Tsubaki. I did actually see like a sort of just like good stuff sword like assassin deck where it was like, because if this comes down as a 1 mana 3/3 Bane, that's like really good, and the conditions aren't that bad. So it's just like a thing where it's like it's almost like the Hunter Goblin, where it's like you're just playing this as a goblin, and then past turn 5, it's a 1 mana 3/3. It's like in trait. One quick story. I've told Kit this, but this card when it came out digital, it was a 3 mana 4/2 Bane. That's all it did. And there was a streamer, I think his name was like Gengar something. And he got this to get revealed from Saigon. He literally just turned the stream on, turned this card on, looked at the camera, didn't say anything, and that was it. And English, like for a year, never got any other reveals. And it was so funny because it was like, what are you supposed to say about a 3 mana 4/2 Bane? Like, what are you supposed to say? You know? And it was just, I don't know. I felt bad because he got put in a really bad situation. It's like, what are you supposed to say about a 3-mana 4-2 main?
I think it's funnier that
It's so
they only
funny.
gave him one card, right?
Yeah, it was only one card.
What?
Because he plays a bunch of games.
Yeah.
And he's like, here's the reveal, guys. It turns on the camera, or turns on the thing and looks at the camera, you know, because there's something to say. It's
listen, it's a really good pick 2 choice. I don't know.
It's not though. It's not.
Listen,
it trades in really well.
It trades in really well.
It's the card 4-2. It doesn't even need to have Bane.
The card has Bane. All right, moving on. That's so sad, man.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. And then they gave all the cards to Tempo Storm, all the reveals for Tempo Storm, because, you know, of course, they're going to be corporate and, you know,
yeah.
The cards.
Oh, man. Next card here. 2-drop 3/2 Zelda Usurpation. Rush, fanfare, choose each opponent buries the top card of their deck. Then, if there are at least 10 cards in an opponent's cemetery, put the top card of your deck into your EX area. Card is good if you're playing the Thief stuff.
Yeah,
I like the fact that it has Rush.
Yeah, I really like this card. This
3/2 Rush is kind of insane on 2.
Yeah, the color that draws a card is like nuts.
I really, really like this card. Whenever Pressure played against me, I was like, this card's so sick. Oh my god. You go up a card, you clear a thing. I guess it's actually like generically pretty good into 2 cost, even without playing like the Thief stuff, though you probably still
even
like,
into Natter Sword.
Yeah, actually, Natter Sword as well.
It's actually good into like 2 of the 3 good decks. So like this card's actually really good. Is this the best sword card? What did I say was the best sword card? Sword Flash? This is probably better than Sword Flash. Yeah, I'll give it an A.
Yeah, I was like always impressed when this card came onto the board.
Yeah.
All right. Next card.
All right. War Dog. 2 mana 3/2. Fanfare. If this commander on your field, deal 2 damage to each enemy leader.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
What the dog doing?
D for dog?
No, he's D because he's well statted. He's D because he's well statted.
Oh,
but also
man.
D for dog.
You know why this card isn't better? Because it went too far to the animal side instead of just being a furry. All right, moving on here.
You tried.
I tried. Listen, you guys just led me there hanging with my bad joke. All right.
I had to mute because I was sneezing. I would have laughed, but I had to.
All right.
Sure. No.
Mana Pistol. These characters don't even look like the same person. Mana Pistol Merc.
This is an old boomer Rage Muhammad art. That's
5,
how it used to be.
5/4 for 5. You can either evolve it for 2 or you can evolve it for 0, but only if there's a commander on your board. And she evolves into a 6/5 on evolve, select an enemy file of field and deal it 6 damage.
Now, one cool thing is Durandal's actually considered a commander.
Wait, is it? That's kind of sick.
Yeah. So if you're playing this deck, the Durandal deck, you can play her. The problem is she's not a commander.
No. But
damn, I'm out here. I'm giving this thing an F. All right.
I think the fact Durandal being a commander makes it a bit better.
It kills Rose Queen better. So
fair.
And Noah actually. Wait, no. Does Noah emote 4/7 or does it say 3/6? I don't remember.
Huh? Noah is a 3/5, isn't it?
I thought it was a 3/6 on.
Oh, it might be a 3/6.
Does it not gain stats on Evo?
I don't remember, to be honest. I'd have to look at the card again.
Either way, I don't think this card's sync play.
Sideboard card.
Yeah, sideboard card for when we get the sideboard game plan. Is it me now, I think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We got this 2-drop officer spell. Select the follower on your field. Give it +3/+2 and rush. That's a lot of stats.
What an anime name. God Sent Stride.
Wait, this is searchable by Aether? Oh, I didn't realize this officer. Okay, there's thoughts are brewing in my head.
Oh, you're right.
I forget spells and amulets have traits sometimes.
Let me see if this other card is a. Ooh.
Oh no, don't spill the sauce. Don't spill the sauce.
I have an idea. And it's going to be terrible.
give it to Dion.
No, that's not what we're doing.
So it can swing for 18 Storm.
But you don't even have. You have to go second and keep Evo points and get to turn 10.
I don't see the issue.
And then you're dead to the. You got hit by my shit twice already. By the way, like.
Oh man, I mean, this card is pretty bad. Like you can buff something and give it rush, so you're just like paying 2 to lose you're 2 for winning 1 card basically. Like maybe it lives, I guess, because of the 2 extra health, but it seems pretty bad. Oh, is there an issue with the sound right now?
No.
Well, someone say something otherwise. It's just Captain. All right. We're going on to Rune. Here is
Give me
Rune.
like 1 second, real quick.
Yeah, okay. We got 1 second, which means you guys need to drop more likes because we only have 6 likes. We need 10. Get to the double digits, please. I beg of ye.
I'm only allowed to like once.
Damn, you can't just like double like to take away. No, they took away a like. You guys are mad. Okay, back to 6.
I think that was me.
Oh.
Yo, this card's sick, actually.
Oh man, I haven't tested anything with Rune just yet. But
I watched Ryan play this in Lashana. It's pretty sick.
Lashana sounds fun. They get the high roll card we'll talk about later when it comes up for the Lashana package.
This grabs the high roll card.
Ooh.
If we're talking about the same card, you're talking about the 0 mana spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, this grabs it. And then you can make it cost 2 less.
Busted.
So you get 2 play points back, right?
Is that how that works? You get the negative 2 play points and then it comes back to you. And then you get the play point for playing this card also. So broken. Pressure leaving us here all alone. I'm scared. Hold my hand, Ollie.
Oh, I'm leaving too.
No.
Oh, fuck, my door's open.
Wait, your front door?
Yeah. That's awkward.
Yeah. Is your cat still inside? For those people who don't know, Ollie has the hugest cat I've ever seen. That thing, if I ever walked into alleyway by myself and that cat was like across from me, I would just give it my wallet and run away. Like that cat is huge, man. It's a beast.
Yeah, he's chilling on my bed.
Dang you, Pressure. This is the punishment for doing it live. We can't continue until Pressure gets back.
Okay, we're doing it live.
The downside. Oh man. Oh wait, did you watch any more? Oh wait, did another episode of
There's 2 more episodes since I watched. I haven't watched them yet.
There's 2 more?
also came back.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think it's on episode 5 now.
Dude, Dan Tran in chat, Lashana Tier 0. Dude, this guy is a terrorist. Every time I host online locals, he comes up with like any well, lately it's been Lashana, but for quite a while there was a lot of healing going on, and it was much painful because I didn't enforce any time limits, right? Because I didn't think this would happen. We got to a point where like one of the games was like an hour long because he was just healing nonstop and his opponent was healing too, and it was just like I wanted to kill myself. They were legit like terrorizing my little crappy online tournaments. All right, welcome back. All right, whose is this? Is this Pressure? I think it actually is you, Pressure.
Okay, I'm getting all the good cards. What the heck?
This card's so good.
Yeah, 4 mana, 3/4, Sweet Tooth Medusa. Evo for 2. On play, search your deck for a card that costs 2 or less. Reveal it and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. During your turn, whenever an enemy follower is put from the field into cemetery, summon a serpent token. I'm running out of breath. On evolve, select up to 2 enemy followers on the field and deal 5 damage. Divide between them. During your turn, whenever an enemy follower, the same serpent ability, and then quick bury 2 cards named Serpent. The next card you play this turn costs 2 or less. This card's really busted. This card's insane. This card's really strong. This is just one of those cards that's like probably just an auto include in every Rune deck until the end of time.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that you just play this in everything.
Like when you start really thinking about like how much this card can do, it gets nutty. It gets really crazy. Like if you go like even just a basic example of like play this, search Surefire, Evo, clear 2 things, get 2 serpents, then surefires for free, you probably just cleared a board. Like better than Cassiopeia. And then if you even think about like trying to progress your game plan, like being able to search for even stuff you need later, like Agnes or something like that, in Lashena, which is probably the most relevant deck in rune deck for this format. You can search a lot of stuff as well. This card's just nutty.
The floor for this card is what? Like Evo it, probably kill 2 things and just have 2 0/1 Banes. You can just chuck at your opponent if you need to.
Yeah.
To clear their dudes. I mean, this card is just so nutty.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's nothing else to add. You guys are right.
Yeah. We're right.
Probably the best card Rune has, period.
Yeah, I think so. It's really strong. After Chris Crafter got killed, for sure.
Yeah, they took him out back and destroyed him.
Now you don't have to play Curse Crafter in bad, rune decks that you just need removal for, with. You can just play her,
Yeah.
Alright, Prophetess of Creation. I pulled fucking 4 of this card and her UR.
Oh, did you open stuff?
Yeah, I opened boxes.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
So we got 10/10 for 10. When playing this card, banish 10 cards with different base costs ranging from 1 to 10 from your cemetery. This card costs 10 less to play. And she has Ward, Aura, can be destroyed by abilities, can still be destroyed by ability damage, and you can discard this card to draw a card and discard a card.
In digital, was it like if you played a 1 to 10, it would just summon from your deck?
You had to play cards from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
And I believe it invoked. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it invoked, yeah. That's probably way better in digital.
It was still bad. This is worse.
this is even more of a meme.
I just don't understand. I really I see this card in every deck people are making right now. And I'm racking my brain because I keep going wait, no, it definitely is not hand advantage because you discard then draw the discard again. But I see it everywhere and I don't understand at all. It seems so horrendous.
Free 10/10 Ward. It's broken.
No, but they're just playing it for the discard draw discard.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that one.
And it's literally because they don't have any 9 drops.
I'd rather you just play a cook at that point.
I'm very confused how often I see this card played. I don't know, man. I don't know. Someone needs to help me out in the chat or something. Somebody needs to explain this card to me.
Wait, they're playing it currently in Japan, or you mean?
No. In the English, when you go into the Discord, and people are making rune decks, and I see it
Okay, dude. Some people
discard
maxers. That Discord.
Yeah.
Dude,
okay,
those players would be playing 1 with nothing.
The greatest rune player of all time, Captain, just DM'd me saying he agrees. So, with my opinion. So no other things necessary.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Looks cool though. I like the water.
Unbodied.
Cool. That was a card that they because it's supposed to be Moses, and then they just didn't give her a name. I don't know why, but yeah.
What the art on this card is? What is happening? Okay, Unbodied Witch. Yeah, 8 drop 7/7 evolves for 1 fanfare. Draw X cards where X equals the number of cards in your deck -5. Then on evolve, put each other card on the field into its owner's cemetery. So we get a board wipe and almost deck yourself out. Sick. I mean, if this was a different card game, this card would probably go super hard because any combo deck would just be yeah, let me draw my entire deck and do my combo that kills you this turn. But I can't imagine this.
Can I interest you in Lashena play this on 8 Evo, on 9 play Chimera? I saw a deck like that.
That's spicy.
I just can't imagine having to sit there and just end of turn discard 27 cards from your hand.
Oh, the sad part is you have to wait another turn and hopefully not die. I guess if you Evo it clears everything, right?
Think of the dimension shifts you can resolve.
Oh my god. Imagine, and then you discard 3 and Trail of Light, so you have to draw 3 cards.
Yeah, you just go. You draw 3 of the 5 cards that you
Oh my
left in your
god.
deck.
I might actually try to do some meme like that just for fun at some point.
Try to get to turn 9. In this
yeah, listen, I'll figure out a way by I'll do the Singapore special like we saw on stream.
Not too much. Not too much now.
Oh man, if you know, you know. Anyway, moving on.
Lovely Heart Monica. This is me, right? Yeah, Lovely Heart Monica.
Yeah.
Monica getting a card in room before she gets one in sword. Fanfare.
Oh,
choose
that's
one of the
so
following.
true.
Search your deck for Mora, Monica's follower. Summon it. Then shuffle your deck. Wait, she gets to summon and you can't summon Durandal? That's rough. Or
Durandal's
2, you may
good.
summon a Mora's. Yeah, Mora's Monica's familiar from your hand. Tap this card and a Mora's Monica. That's such a hard name.
Wait,
On
no,
your
it is
field.
choose one of the following. You can only search it or
No, but the
summon it.
first effect is search it, then summon.
Oh, search it, then summon it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Tap both of them, select an enemy, fall on the field, deal it 3 damage. I actually kind of like this card. I don't know what deck it is. I guess we should go to Mora.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell is this card?
It's just a 1-mana 1/1 fan for draw this card. So
Oh.
better than Prophetess. And then it's pretty good removal, and then you get to cycle. But it's just like, what deck are you playing this in? You know, I don't really know.
In your mage deck, clearly.
The mage, yeah.
Spell boost, maybe.
Whoa. Okay, wait. You say that jokingly. Wait, is Mora a mage or she's just? Oh no. Okay, never mind. If they're both mages, you have like the 3 mana that comes down as a 5/5. You have 2 mages and stuff like that. But
alas, here we are.
So this card sucks.
Yeah.
I'll give it a D.
The potential's there.
All right, next card here.
All right, you got Edict of Truth. It's a 5 mana spell. When Ryo, Omen of Truth, is put on your field, banish this card from your cemetery, gain an Evo point. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and you put up to 2 cards that cost 3 or less from among them into your EX area. They cost 3 less to play this turn. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. It's a pretty sick card.
This is a really surprisingly strong card, and it's kind of interesting that I haven't seen a lot of people. The first time I actually saw this was in a Mysteria deck in 2 sets in the future. And I was like, well, for us, it'll be 1 set. And I was like, oh, that's actually sick. And then I'm just thinking, isn't this just sick right now? And, it doesn't even, you don't even necessarily have to play a Ryo deck. You could just play this in most, like Lashena, most of the other, rune decks. Probably not Kuan. And then you could just play a 1 of Ryo and you just get insane value later on, because really most rune cards are 3 or less. So I actually really like this card a lot.
Yeah, I think the card is pretty solid overall, because honestly, a lot of the best spells, even in rune, are at 3 play points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could potentially get a lot of value if you just high roll enough.
Yeah, you gotta go gambling. I don't know.
Let's go gambling.
I don't know if I would give it a B yet.
Someone scored for me. What the hell?
What?
Someone scored for me.
Oh,
oh, sorry, that was me.
It's okay. It's okay. I was like, it's not what you
Something
wanted.
wrong.
I was like, I'm giving it an A.
We got the full gambit of CBA.
Yeah.
All right.
The Christian Brothers Academy.
Here, if it hits every time, then the card's busted.
Well, we'll hit every time. It's just how good will it be every time?
All right, we got.
Well, okay, you could hit 5 4-drops or higher. It's possible.
Well, but then you don't play this card in the deck. Then you don't play this card in the deck.
All right, we got Elusa? Is that how you supposed to say her name? Yeah. Elusa, Magic Wonderkin. That's a 1-drop 1/1. Evolves for 2. On evolve, search your deck for an Arcana form follower. Reveal it. Add it to your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Another Maid Leader in the year 2025.
They really are just putting Maid Leader in every craft, huh?
And it's way worse because you don't even have enough.
Yeah. Is there what are the good Arcana forms?
Monica.
Yeah.
Monica. Well, in reality, Saphira.
Oh, that is a card.
I think she is, right? She's Arcana form. I think so.
I'll take your word for
She
it.
should be. She should be lore wise. Wait, what set was she even from? 5?
She was.
She was 5. Yeah, she's Arcana form in
Dude.
Feminine, yeah.
Really quick, look at her bag. That is a cute bag. It's a little elephant. All right, that's all I wanted to point out.
She's from the other school that's not Manaria. She's from Leo. She's from the same school as Felice. Yeah, Steph, yeah.
All right. Well, we can kind of skip this card. Just great, because we kind of talked about it already. Is the draw discard worth it? It's like not traded. Whatever. I'll give it a D. It's almost playable.
Oh, we're rating it. Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I don't remember what I rated for Monica. So.
All right, here we go. Thanks, Prisha. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. 2 mana, quick draw 2 cards, discard a card.
It's like two insights.
It's like 2 Providence of Creations.
Oh, it's better than Providence of Creation.
Oh, I know. But it's a spell, so it's even better.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is literally just like 2. It's 2 insights on 1 card. It's like okay.
If Kuan still was playable, would you play this? Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. It's okay, I guess. It's like the only upside to like it being quote unquote 2 insights is that you can discard Trail of Light with it.
I never played Kuan being like, damn, I really wish I had that 1 extra draw ditch.
What Fate's Hand should have been. Well, Fate's Hand's sick. All right. Wait, Fate's Hand is the one you draw to, or is that the?
Let's draw 2.
I was thinking of
draw 2 refund to play point.
Yeah, what's the other one? I was thinking of not Fate's Hand, the neutral spell. That shuffle your hand back in and draw the same.
Altered Fate.
Altered Fate. Yeah, I always mix those 2 names up.
Oh my god, that card.
All right, next card, yeah.
All right, I got the Moonshade Mage, 8 mana, 6/6 ward, fanfare, draw 3, ditch 2, rest, tap this, discard a card, select an enemy follower, deal 6 damage. It's like a, huh?
Well, it has ward, so you don't get killed by Maisha.
True.
And it does kill Rose Queen.
It does kill something.
On turn 8.
And it pluses you.
This actually reads draw 5 cards because you always have the 2 Trail of Lights in hand, right?
Yeah, of course.
Actually, dude, if someone played this against me and they discard 2 Trail of Lights, I'd be pretty sad.
I'd be like, Judge.
Yeah, I need to creative shock.
Look at that guy's face. That's the face of someone who would have 2 Trail of Lights in hand.
Get me out of this.
He looks like a WoW character.
He does, kind of. All right. Zealot of Truth, our boy here. 3-drop, 2/4, Storm. Fanfare, if there are at least 5 mage cards in your cemetery, give this for +1/+1. I just remember this guy terrorizing me in Digital.
Absurd. Yeah. They made him so bad. They put him in the corner. They said, time out, bro. Time out.
What did he do in Digital?
He was 0 mana 3/5 Storm.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds a lot better than what this
was. It was 9. It was cost 9, and every time you played, because spell boost in Digital.
Spell boost,
yeah, sure.
And then so 0 mana 3/5.
Yeah, but spell boost just meant every card that has spell boost is actually cost 0. So
yeah, exactly.
Is there a mage deck you could even play this guy in? Ooh, I'm gonna give him D because he still scares me. Oh. How many mage cards are there now? There's more than enough, right?
I mean, there's been enough. It's just,
I mean, Ryo's whole thing is like interacting with mage cards.
Open 8 God, so true. All right, next card.
All right, Rabbit Mage, 2 mana, 2/1. It's a furry, so you know it's broken. Fanfare, summon a Magic Sentiment. Evo for 1. On evolve, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a card with Earthright from among them and add it to your hand. Put the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. So it's Witch's Cauldron. Yeah, this card is Earthright. I really wonder if Earthright will ever get good.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
they keep putting these random cards. I wonder if we'll get
interesting.
maybe next set. You know,
I
they're doing Sarah doing next set. I hope it's a cool Abyss card. You know,
I doubt our threat will ever be good.
yeah, I don't think it'll ever be good either.
Oh, it's a lot of sarcastic.
Wait, is this a bad card?
Right now, right now it's over.
For right now, it absolutely does nothing right now.
Sure.
Well, no, it does. Hold on, Captain. I know you're DMing me. Hold on, he did.
I mean, it's like
because it does curve into Riley. It does actually curve into Riley. If Riley is still really broken right now, maybe it's a D. It's a D.
I mean, it's a body that's a sediment generator and gives you
all right
another card. It's Riley. Like Dirt kind of sucks right now, but this seems like totally like playable in the deck as it is.
Yeah, going second, so you're already losing. You can play this, make a Magic Sediment Evo, and then hit Riley, and then
I don't lose when I go second.
All right, we should play sometime.
Oh man, next.
And if I did, my opponent sacked.
True. Card game mentality.
Yeah.
All right, Zealot. Zealot Destruction. 3-mana, 3/4. Fanfare. There's at least 3 idolatry cards on your field. Select an enemy following in the field. Destroy it. Deal 2 damage to its leader. Give your leader 2 health. This card is nuts.
Is it nuts?
3-mana kill a dude?
Once you skip turn 4.
Don't worry, you get your play points back.
Yeah, if you have 3 of them. Yeah, the high roll. I don't know. It doesn't have ward either. Why is this? I don't know. I'm just not high on Lashena. I'm not high on Lashena. Is the issue? This
guy not a high Lashena. I think this card is pretty solid over. If you're playing Lashena, but I think in the Lashena package and everything, the card is pretty solid overall.
You just have to do so much for it to be online.
Do you? You play the game?
But yeah, Lashena plays on hard mode. She says, "I'm skipping turn 4."
Well, she doesn't skip turn 4 anymore because
if you have 3 of the 0 cost spells, yeah, sure.
Which is this card here, dude. This art is so good. The heck. Wait, is this me now? I think it is, right? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, 0 cost, Joy of Destruction. If there are an auditory card on your field, recover 1 play point. If there's Lashena, Omen of Destruction on your field, draw a card. This is very good. You played Lashena. Yeah. Like L for Lashena. Or I guess not L, because card's solid overall.
Every time I fucking see Lashena, she looks like Nino to me for some reason.
Nino from Quince?
Quince, yeah.
I don't see it.
With little speaker things kind of look like her ribbon a little bit. She's got the same kind of hair color.
Oh,
I feel like every time you guys reference something, I am just thinking I'm like Nino from Fire Emblem.
No.
It's from some anime that came out in the last 6 years. Oh, okay.
We need to start making references to Railgun and stuff. Oh man.
Exactly.
All right.
I don't know. What do you guys actually think about Lashena right now? I'm pretty down on it. I just don't know how it wins the game.
I think Lashena, by passing the turn, but I think Lashena has a lot of potential. It's just I haven't played the deck enough. I've seen games of it, and I'm like, oh, it looks pretty good. Like maybe I should give it a shot. But it's also not really high up on my I need to test this deck out thing. But I know Ollie has been watching. I think you said Ryan's been playing it, right?
I've been watching Ryan play it. It does look. It's pretty consistent, and eventually the swing in life from the idols just gets to be too much, and it's just the inevitability of you losing the game because the deck runs so much removal. It's hard to actually push for a strong tempo play.
I think my issue with it is it didn't get anything that helps, because for me the issue for Lashena has always been creating a soft landing for the turn 4 where even if you're able to push some of the amulets up on the turn now because you have the 0 cost amulet 0 cost spell, still not getting overwhelmed when you go second going up to turn 4, and they haven't gotten anything that helps that, and that's sort of my issue right now with it is in theory is if they got another early removal piece, I'd be okay, this makes sense. But my issue with the deck has always been you just get you just get so out tempoed or whatever early game, and then you have to have a complete turn 4 skip.
Here, this is what I'll do. I'll get Ryan's list from him, and then we'll play a bunch of games, and then we'll find out. Pressure.
Sure. I still, yeah.
It's all right. Well, I'll probably give up after one game. But yeah. All right. I mean, that concludes Room. So we got to move on here. Welcome to Dragon. We need 20,000 likes now in chat. Thank you. Anyway.
Welcome to, I don't know what the hell this craft is doing this set.
Oh, really? I was going to say, I think this is like one of the best designed like class sets, because I think they did a really good job in supporting a lot of old archetypes, but also having cards do like both at a time, where it's like, okay, this card is obviously for Disdain and something else. Mm-hmm. Like for me, it's like this Otahime, it's like obviously for PDK, but also if you're a Marine believer, you could do that. But anyway,
I do remember seeing this Otahime, and I'm like, oh, this card does seem kind of sick in PDK, but I don't know if PDK is actually even any good.
Yeah. All right, 4-mana 2/4 Dragon Empress Otahime. Summon on play. Summon an Otahime's Vanguard token. If overflows active for you, summon 3 instead. During your turn, whenever another Dragon Follower is put from your field into the cemetery, select enemy leader or enemy follower in the field and deal it 1 damage. And then it also targets enemy follower. That's actually pretty good. And then the Otahime's Vanguards are 2/1 rushes. Knowing that it does enemy follower or leader, I actually really like this in some sort of like control dragon deck, like I always try to do every set.
Yeah, I like reading this card. Well, the first time I saw this card too, I was just like, I really want to try the PDK deck again, because it just seemed very good.
Yeah, it's a nice play with Sybil, like on 7.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not playing that in PDK, but or maybe you are, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, PDK is not going to be good, I don't think.
I like the card in the vacuum. I just don't know where.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, so jarring, like getting a card like this before Poseidon. It's like this was like the Poseidon replacement when she came out, but it was awful. Like it wasn't good enough. But it was sort of the maybe she can replace Poseidon, but
anyway. Yeah. All right.
This is me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Alterchaotica. It's 6 mana, 5/6. Evos for 2. Fanfare. You can turn 3 face down evolved followers in your evolved deck face up. Select every follower on the field and destroy it. And then the evolved form is a 7/8 storm with strike. If there's at least 5 face up evolved followers in your evolved deck, give your leader 3 health. If there are at least 8, deal 3 damage to each enemy leader. I'm not crazy. In digital, didn't this have another form?
This was no, so I think you're thinking of Lindworm.
Lindworm is what I was thinking.
Lindworm was the one. This card was nuts in digital because it was.
This just replaced Genesis Dragon in digital.
Yeah, because it was every time you evolve, it went down 1 cost.
Yeah, this card was nuts.
Get it pretty.
In this game, not as good.
Yeah, I don't like it really at all. I don't know.
Aren't there some lists playing this card? I feel like I saw.
Yeah, there's a lot of Disdain lists playing it, and I mean, it's just a big storm guy, and it's like kind of flexible where you can kill something, like kill a ward and then storm in, but it's like I know it's late, turn 8.
Oh,
and you're like, I mean, I guess she turns three guys face down, but like you do kind of have to like hit evolves.
Yeah, exactly. I also just realized sometimes on his base form he doesn't even have Storm. I thought his base form had Storm. It's only on Evo.
Sorry, what cards are we evoing in Disdain again? It's just like
Gamu.
That's all I can think of.
The
chick that checks 5.
Yeah.
Her, yeah.
Apostle, Gamu, and the Better Dragon Warrior.
Oh yeah, Apostle. Okay, yeah, okay. I mean, I guess I could see this always being like 8, possibly 8, because this flips 3 up, right?
Yeah, you have to flip 3. Yeah.
So I could probably see this, like, it's probably fairly consistent to get to turn 8, and the whole thing is always live, right? So that must be like it.
You also can't play this in like the same like deck as like Oguri if you wanted to, because I mean, I guess you can, but it'd just be really awkward because you can't flip the carrots.
Oh yeah. But I mean, if you're playing this anyway, it's just like this is better Ogiri in a sense. If you're more consistent on turn 8, being able to like make sure to have those evos, which I think you probably can, right?
It does so little damage for 8 mana. It's 7. That's so bad.
No, because the assumption is it's actually 10, because if the assumption right now is that it's consistent enough that you'll always have the 8.
Well, yeah, you have to evo 5 times, and then at least 5 times for that.
You have to evo 8 times. What? Wait, what?
Because,
no, we're never getting the 3 damage.
Because no, you only have
It flips 3.
5.
Yeah, it flips 3 itself, right?
He flips 3 himself. But even 5 evos is like
No. Wait. Oh, am I reading this card? Wait, hold on. Oh, so sorry. Am I reading this card wrong? So it takes evos away?
Yeah,
yes.
He takes evos away when you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, so why are we talking about cards that evolved, or because we don't have to evolve them?
Oh no! Well, if I'm saying on turn 8 to like get the 10 storm damage, the assumption is that the deck probably is mostly consistently hitting about 5 evos before then, so you can do 3 more when you play this for 6, right? And then evo it to get the 10 damage. That would be my assumption of why it's played. Like people feel like it's consistent enough, because like there's no way.
Yeah, I think I completely misread this card. Let me
I think even 5 evos in the game is like not super consistent, I would say, but maybe I'm wrong.
I feel like when I played Disdain, I was like, I think I was evoing about 4 times before like the late part of the game.
I kind of get it now. Okay. But yeah, so you need to hit 5 evos and then you get the 10 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it now. I don't know.
Oh, it's just evo 5 times. Dude, of course. I think this is pretty okay card.
Yeah.
But my assumption is like, if it saw that much play in Disdain, it must be that it must be fairly consistent to hit 5 evos before this comes out on 8.
I mean, people play bad cards.
It's true. I play bad cards all the time. You saw me play Marwyn at Showdown.
Yeah, I mean, we were locked in, bro.
Dude, we were super locked in. Listen, we and then they figured out how the murder happened when the locked room.
Bro,
you know,
can't even guard it. don't even bid Marwyn in the big 2/5.
Oh man, dude, Magic used to be believable, pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, who's this now? I already forgot. Is it me?
This is you. Yeah.
All right, we got Anna Rose. 2-drop 2/2. Pay 1 to Evo. If Overflow is active for you, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Dragon Newt card from among them and add it to your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. On Evo, select an enemy far on the field and deal it 2 damage. I like the art.
Dragon has tutors. Kind of.
Tutors are fake. So this is just another PDK support, right? Because this can grab PDK. Is PDK Dragon Newt? It has to be, right?
Why? I think she's like Supreme or something, right?
Oh, there's no way she only has like 1 trait. What was Prime Dragon Keeper?
She's Dragon Heart.
Yeah. Okay, this card sucks.
Well, no, hold on. No,
go ahead. Yeah.
You know, I always rank these type of cards high that are just the 2-drop that evos for 1 and deals 2. I always think these cards are really strong.
No. Yeah, this is completely fine, because Dragon hasn't had one of these yet, right? And I feel like
no, that was the issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now every class has one.
Yeah, the Overflow adds like a little bonus to it. Like the card is completely fine. Yeah.
I'm giving it a B just because it's like these type of cards are just you always want in like the toolkit. You know, you always want available. I think there's also like situations and scenarios where you'd want this in like Disdain or something. You know, just an early game. You know, removal against puppets and stuff. You know, yeah, I'm surprised. Not surprised. I knew she wouldn't, but I'm a little sad she doesn't ramp like she does in digital, because she was the Ayla replacement. Because Ayla was the 2-drop 2/2 Evo ramp, and then she was a 3-drop 2/3 Evo ramp.
She just statted better. Same.
Yeah.
All right. Next card.
All right. Ouroboros, 7 mana, 8/4. Fanfare, select enemy file on the field, deal it 5 damage, and give your leader +5 health. Whoa, wait. I swear I read this and it was discard one time.
Wait, was it
for English?
It's discard 2. This card's even worse than I thought. This card's garbage. What in the world? Discard 2, put this card in its owner's EX area. So even with discard 1, it was really bad. It like 8/4 that you get again, but you have to discard because Dragon does not keep a large hand size. It's just not something they really do. Also, 5 damage on 7 is not a lot.
Just to a follower too, not even to a leader.
Yeah, and then the other in digital, this guy was sick in a ramp dragon because you did. I don't think you had to discard, and you just got it. You just got it back, but it was got scuffed or got lower stats or something like that. I'll have to relook it up. But
it's all right.
Discard 2 cards is horrible.
It's okay. I will lose this card 100% of the time against anyone playing this card because when they play this card and I
lose,
because I'm gonna kill it and they're gonna discard 2 Trail of Lights. All right, that's what's gonna happen.
But you're still fine because they have an 8/4 in the EX area, and then you play Rose Queen and they can't kill it. It's like a different form.
I'll find the way to lose. Don't worry.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, in digital, you did not have to discard. Yeah, this card. I don't know why this card wasn't even that insane. They said no, you can't. We can't let people run around with Ouroboros. What? No.
Oh, this card triggers your rights. Okay, moving on.
So true. You know what else triggers your rights?
On your turn?
Like any other card. Yes, it does.
Oh, listen, you break killing the dream. I think this is you, Pressure.
Oh, it is. No, I just read Ouroboros, right?
Oh, did you? Okay, wait.
Oh, this is me then.
Yeah.
Power Forge, 1 mana spell. Select any follower on the field and a follower on your field or in your EX area. Deal the first follower damage equal to the second's attack. Wait, hold on. So select any follower on the field and a follower on your field. Deal the first. Okay, so it's one-sided fight basically.
Yes, you can also choose your EX zone. That's interesting.
Ouroboros.
Nah,
yeah,
man.
Support.
I'm gonna have Milky. What's the Milky Way card? It's gonna put Genesis Dragon in there, and I'm gonna just start paying 1 to deal 10 to things. How mad!
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Knight's Way. That's what it's called. Knight's Way.
Knight's Way. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna tap it. I'm gonna top deck. I'm gonna top deck the Genesis Dragon into my EX zone. Yeah, and then I'm
gonna play Milky.
Listen, it looks like it has stars in it.
It has stars. The Milky Way card.
Listen, I hate all of you.
minus.
What? I'm giving this an F plus. If you're going to give it F minus to balance out your minus. All right, next card. Got here 3-drop 2 for Elios, a loyal dragoon. Costs 3 to Evo. Ward. Whenever this follower takes damage, give it and your leader +1 health. Broken. You can go infinite on 1 attack followers. On Evo, it's a Storm Ward. Whenever this follower, the same thing, takes damage, you and this card heal 1, and it becomes a 4/6. Interesting. This is a card. I don't know even how I would even.
I actually really like the idea of this card. I think this card's actually really strong.
Even for this cost, it's like the earliest you play this turn 5, right?
No, you don't even need to Evo it. It's just
like,
a really well-statted board.
Wait a minute. You can play this. You can play this Disdain.
Yeah, you just block so much early aggression. You heal, and you get to sort of keep up. Not getting beat the shit down. Early game, and then late game you Evo it, and it's a store.
Actually, I think
really like this card. I was talking to someone about it today because we were playing. He was playing Disdain.
Yeah, I think especially this in Disdain is like. Actually, pretty sick.
Yeah, because they get the new. We'll talk about it in a minute here, but the Zelda Disdain, where you can do 1 AOE, and so you get like heal. He stays at 2/4. It's sort of like we were talking about the our big dragon guy from a couple sets ago when we were talking about Disdain.
Yeah.
the scaled berserker. He's like a lower cost scaled berserker. And he's just really hard to like when you think about he's actually like really hard to kill. Like we talked
Yeah.
about 4 health things, right? We talked about how 4 health things are really hard to kill right now. And even if you do get to 4 health, you have to do 5, right? Because that's how it works, right? Because you would do -1 and then he gains +1. Like if he goes 4 and then he goes +1, he stays at 1, right? I think that's how it would work.
Let me
like if you go like, what even does 4? if you go do blame with 10 Nick or charge Evo and you do 4, I think he stays at a 2-1, right?
Let me check really quick.
Yeah, because like we were talking about how like with Hunter you can go into negatives. Like it's just like if you gain it back into your -2 and you gain +2, you'll still be at 0. So I think that is how this would work.
No, so it doesn't work like that. So they have a FAQ on the website, and so it's taking damage triggers this flower's automatic ability, but by the time you resolve it, this flower has already been destroyed and put into the cemetery. So you can't get 1 defense to it, but your leader will still heal 1. Yeah,
a little bit worse, but still like we're playing this for the like anti-early aggression,
Yeah. Yeah, I like this in Disdain. It's a lot better. When I think it in the context of I was going to say Disdain, but Disdain. I like it a lot better. I'm going to give this a C for now. I could see it going up a little bit more, especially since you could just play like the 1 of Evo for this if you really wanted to. But yeah, definitely the base side is a lot better than I thought.
There's also not like a ton of good just like on play 3 drops in the deck. Like the next card we're going to talk about actually is one, but there's not just a lot of cards that are just like, okay, I'm playing this on 3 and feel good about it. Like that don't care about evoing, Yeah. Like most of the 3 drops you need to evo for them to be good.
Yeah. All right, next card here.
This is me.
Yep.
Dragon Soul Princess, 3 mana, 3/3. Fanfare, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may put a Wormkin follower from among them into your EX area. If Overflow is active, it costs 3 less to play this turn. Put the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. I've played against this card a lot because I've been playing against a lot of Disdain. Every time it comes down, I'm like, I feel like this needs to have Ward or be a 3/4. It just feels like it's missing one thing for it to be a good card. But it does just add, consistency in Disdain because almost all your things are Wormkin. It's just 3/3s are rough, man. 3/3 is just a rough stat,
The 3 less to play almost feels like fake text because like most of your Disdain cards, you want to like combo them with other things anyways.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're like playing this, and then it's like if you hit Gammu, you can't Gammu the same turn, And
it's like you see like a servant, but like you don't want to play a servant, just raw dog a servant, even if it's free.
It's a good consistency tool though, and the deck.
I'll tell you what, Apostle is probably a really sick card to hit.
Yeah, Apostle is good. Even then, it's still just like okay, you played a 0 mana 3/3. That's basically what you did, and searched it. But I mean, it's a fine card. I think it's a good inclusion in the deck. It's just I'm just not too high on Disdain because of cards like this, where it didn't feel like they got a ton of new tools. It's just like new ways to do the same combo that you've been doing.
Yeah, I haven't heard too many good things about Disdain with the new support. Like the 1 mana spells, pretty good, but other than that, nothing. It's nothing special.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
I believe this is me, right?
Yep.
We got the Vile Violet Dragon, 4 mana, 4/4. If Overflow is active for you, give this follower a +1/+1 in Rush, and then once on each of your turns, when this follower takes damage, draw 2 cards. Ooh, wow. That seems pretty good.
Yes.
Because Disdain definitely can sometimes have gas issues.
Yeah. I think this card is really good. I think really, really strong. And it's another forge cost that's like almost impossible to kill. Like how do you kill this
smash?
Like you go Was it Disciple, Oracle, play this guy? Like, shake my hand, bro. You know?
Yeah. He's a little guy.
All right, sorry, I had to kick my cat out. All right. Yeah, card is very solid Disdain card. Yeah, I think you guys hit everything on it. So yeah, moving on. Pressure. No, wait. Is it Ollie? It's me? Okay.
No, I just read the.
Oh, okay. Zeal of Disdain, 2-drop 2/2. Fanfare, deal 1 damage to each follower on the field during your turn. Whenever this follower takes ability damage, deal 1 damage to each enemy leader. So it hits itself too, right? So this is a 2-drop 2/1 that deals 1 to the enemy leader and activates all your other things that need to get hit. Seems cool. Not too big of a hater. What other 2-drops and stuff? This is like Servant. That's it. And I don't know. Card seems fine. I haven't thought about Disdain a lot for this meta yet because I just.
Every time I see this card come down, it's like, thanks for making it easier to kill your board. That's ironically what it is. It's like
this is like sick when it's in like a big combo turn when you proc all your other Disdain shit. Yeah. But like just by itself, it's pretty whatever.
Yeah,
she does look insanely smug though.
Yeah, the smugness is definitely bumping up the rating for me.
Better than Servant? No. Servant draws.
There's no way this is better than Servant. Yeah, Servant's literally free cards.
Are we thinking of the other guy? The 1-drop? Isn't the 1-drop 1/2? I don't know. Whatever, moving on.
Righteous Dragoon, my goat. 3 mana, 3/4. If Overflow is active for you, choose one of the following. 1, select an enemy follower on the field and deal 4 damage. Or 2, deal 2 damage to each enemy follower on the field. I love this guy. He was a sick tech card in Disdain around this era when Disdain was pretty good in digital, but in this game he fucking sucks. So.
Dude, that is Kane Highwind right there.
Who?
That is actually just Kane Highwind.
I don't know. Who's that?
From Final Fantasy IV? Really?
I've not played a single Final Fantasy game. Wait.
Never mind.
Aren't you a Final Fantasy gamer?
I haven't played 4.
No, he's like the Dragoon.
The Goon.
Oh, I see it now. You're right. I'm doing enough though.
He used to draw. Never mind. We don't need to talk about it.
We don't need to reminisce about the good old times.
Yeah.
I'm revoking your boomer cards. I'm sorry. Is this me again?
This is me.
Oh, you?
Okay. You got the Geo of what is going on in that art.
He's hungry for a rock.
He's a fucking hungry boy.
You freaking rock eater.
6 mana, 4/6. Evo for 1. Fanfare. Bury the top 2 cards of your deck. If there's a non-dragon craft card in your cemetery, give your leader 2 health and draw a card. And then the Evo is a 5/7 strike. Banish 5 cards from your cemetery. Give this follower +2 attack.
I'ma eat it.
I'ma eat.
Dude, my opponent plays this against me and they're just playing themselves onto the board. What is happening? Why is this guy eating so many rocks?
He's a hungry boy. He's like a Dark Souls enemy.
Geologists be like, yeah.
Geologists be like. Is that what they go to school for? This is how you eat rocks?
7 mana for an effective 7/7 vanilla.
Okay, speaking about eating rocks, I don't know if any of you ever saw this side tangent. Do you ever see those shorts on YouTube where they talk about like in China they're like cooking rocks or whatever, and they put for you to suck on or something? Or am I the only one getting these?
That sounds like a Yap dollar. That sounds like a Yap dollar.
What does he say? What do I shoot?
Hong shoot. I'm addicted to Mexican Coke. Every day I go to my local shop.
Dude, Yap dollar is so funny. Oh my god.
He's amazing.
Dude, he's the goat. All right. Our team for trios is going to be Yap dollar enjoyers. All right. Moving on here. It's me now, right?
Yes.
What is this 3-drop 7/7? Rush at the start of your in phase, destroy this card? Okay. This guy coming down, killing something. I thought I was about to say at the start of your in phase, lose the game. Dude, this is 3 mana 7/7. What's that meme from Hearthstone? I already forgot.
7/7.
Oh, it's 4 mana 7/7. Yeah, this is a card. I mean, how desperate are you to remove something that's probably not even engaged?
Bro, the PDK,
it's an even worse 3 mana kill spell because it can't hit.
It can only hit engaged followers. Oh man. Next card.
Sneer of Disdain.
Oh my
One
gosh,
drop.
you can sneer me.
When he calmed down there. She's not even that good. Select a follower on the field and deal it 1 damage. When a Gambit you own a Disdain is put onto your field, banish this card from your cemetery, select a follower on your field and deal it 1 damage. It's like the worst card ever in your deck, but it like activates Gambit for free, so it's good, I guess.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It's your discard target. Let's go.
Dude, it's half of a breath. It can't be that bad.
Half a breath for the full cost.
A quarter breath.
It's a quarter of breath and not quick either.
No, this is F. Fuck this card.
I mean,
okay. You're right.
It's a
D for Disdain. This is this card.
That's what I feel.
Do stuff together.
U is for you and me. All right. Welcome to Abyss. Dang, we're gonna get through this whole thing tonight, guys. I can feel it in my bones.
Oh, it's my card.
Yep.
My queen. It's got the Crimson Rose Queen. 6 mana, 4/6. Evo is for 2, and then Fanfare. You put a Thornburst in your EX. Thornburst is the 3 mana, deal 3 damage.
2 mana.
Oh, 2 mana, deal 3 damage to I know, right? To a leader or follower, and then draw a card. And then the Evo is a 6/6 on evolve. You reveal your hand. Recover play points equal to the number of 2 cost cards revealed this way. Whenever you play a card that originally cost 2, choose one of the following: either deal 2 damage to each enemy follower on the field, and you gain 2 health, or deal 2 damage to each enemy leader. This card is fucking nuts.
Is this a hot take? I'm going to say it anyway because it generates conversation. I think this is the best card in the game.
In the game?
I think this is the best card.
I am kind of inclined to agree without thinking about it too deeply.
I'd have to think about it, but it's definitely a contender.
Yeah, if it's not the best card, it's definitely in the top 3 easy, right?
I just can't think right now where we're at in the game. What other? Maybe Baleon. That's the only other one.
Baleon's a card I have to read 4 times because every time I read it, there's another line of text that I didn't see before.
That's also my favorite card.
This card is really, really, really strong. I was super down on 2-cost Abyss at the beginning. I was like, bruh, every time I see this deck, it just gets hosed because it doesn't draw Ultimate Arbiter, or it does and it functions. Now I've been playing it a lot. I really like it. I think it's a really interesting deck. It's the most interesting deck I've played in this game for sure. Because it's just like, here's 2 broken cards, Ultimate Arbiter and Crimson Rose Queen, and then put 34 2-drops in the deck and figure out how to optimize it. And that's been really fun for me, is like trying to figure out what the best 40 cards are. I think it's also like one of the decks that like, I hate saying like a deck takes skill because I don't think this game is that hard, but I do think there's a lot of interesting things you can do with this deck, and there is some like skill to it that I haven't found in a lot of other decks recently. But it's really broken. Every time I play this, I'm like, this is just the most broken deck in the game right now.
This truly is what original Rose Queen wishes she could be.
Yeah. And I don't really know like. Yeah, I don't know how you beat this deck. Honestly, I don't really know what you're supposed to do to beat this deck. This deck just does everything. It's
tell
really
your opponent they won't see the Rose Queen.
Well, that's what. Yeah, because that is, you do have to play like that sometimes. Like against it, you do just have to sort of go, well, okay,
I watched someone play this deck 5 games in a row and never saw a single Arbiter or Rose Queen.
No comment. I feel like there's a lot of people that are lost in the sauce with the deck right now, but we'll see. I think it's a good deck. I wouldn't be shocked if like people play it and then like get off it because it feels really inconsistent.
Yeah, I don't know. I've liked the deck a lot so far, even when I was playing like the very clunky version I was playing. And this card is pretty obnoxiously good, so
Yeah, that's very fun. I thought I was gonna like find it really boring, but it is pretty fun deck to play.
Yeah. All right. Next card here. We got Nephith's 7-drop 5/5 fanfare. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may summon up to 4 Abyss followers with different names that cost 6 or less from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Destroy each follower summoned this way. This card is super hype, super gamble. There's so many good fanfares and mostly last words you can use. Like we got Kawi, you got what's her face? Even
Odile.
Yeah, Odile, even Gensetsu, because you can summon.
Why are you playing Odile? She doesn't have it. Does she have it on death?
Yeah.
No, but
her fanfare. Doesn't she?
There's a card in this set that you use to get her back, so you can trigger fanfare twice and then storm for like more damage. Odile's like your win con in this deck.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Listen, this deck is all about high rolling really hard.
If you hit the high roll, it's pretty nuts.
Sure.
But someone hasn't seen it.
But outside of that, though, I'm not really sure how I would even like rate the deck currently. But this card is definitely a lot of fun. Pressure here on the super F tier.
I don't have fun losing.
True.
I think this card is nuts if you hit the high roll, but sometimes you just don't get there and you just die a painful death.
My issue is to hit the high roll, you have to play like 25 cards that are unplayable before turn 5. Like that's my issue. It's like how do you get to turn 7?
I mean, it is the Control Abyss problem where sometimes you just open bombs and can't play the game.
DraftKings Sportsbook.
All right.
FanDuel.
Moving on here.
Tartarus the Tormentor. 10 mana, 7/7. This card costs 5 less to play if there are at least 15 departed cards in your cemetery. Evo for 1, and then for 1, you can put this card from your hand into your EX area. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You may reveal a departed card from among them and add it to your hand, bury the rest. And then on evolve, select a departed follower in your cemetery and summon it. I like the idea of this card. I think it's pretty cool. Most of the like good departed cards are like Hector. So like what you probably want to be doing. Wait, is Nephthys departed? Oh, she is. So you can't go like you could go like this. Evo played Nephthys and then do the thing. That's kind of interesting. But you probably play this for 5, get Hector, summon a bunch of stuff, make a huge board, and then it dies to Rose Queen.
Yeah.
True. This card seems like it'd be a
followers.
Yeah, this card seems like it'd be a lot of fun if you can like consistently use it. 15.
Notice the F word happening a lot on these last 2 cards. So I'll tell everyone in the chat. Notice the fun. Fun is a disguised word for bad.
Hey, don't let them know our secret. All right, next card.
Is this mine?
Yeah.
Vuela, 2 mana, 2/3. Pay 1, reveal attack card of your deck. If it's a 2-cost card, put in your EX area. It costs 2 less to play this turn. Activate only once per turn. Cards, it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I love free bodies on turn 2.
This card's really
or turn 3. Sorry.
It's so silly.
What's
even like?
Go ahead. Sorry. Okay. What's so insane about this card is when I first started playing 2-cost Abyss, I was talking to Pressure about like, I'm like, your odd number turns are so awkward, but when you have this card, it fixes all those odd number turns, and they become like really busted turns. You gotta, well, I guess unless you just keep revealing Rose Queen off the top or something. But
that's what happened to me today.
It do be a thing that happens sometimes.
But like, yeah, it makes those turns feel so much better. You get to cheat out something essentially for an extra mana for like, you get to cheat 1 mana essentially every turn. It doesn't cost you a hand as well, so you can just like put more pressure on the board and everything. This card is insanely good in 2-cost Abyss. But yeah, what were you gonna say, Pressure?
I was gonna say, yeah. Today I flipped. I think I did 3 flips on her, and 2 of them were Arbiter, and I was like, okay. But even if you miss, it's like not that bad because it's okay. You weren't doing anything with that 1 play point anyway. You know, because you have no 1 play point plays. So yeah, this card's insane. This is probably like the 3rd best card in the deck. It's like Rose Queen, Ultra Arbiter, and then this card.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah,
because it is just free value, and you can really snowball. Reading this card definitely makes me want to choose second.
Oh, I mean, I think second's pretty good for 2 costs because your Rose Queen turn lines up.
It
really
is.
well.
It is very good. It is very good. I think everyone should go second. I think everyone should go second.
We must keep the agenda. All right. Anyway,
maintaining the agenda is our top priority.
Yep, maintain the agenda. All right. Who's this?
Oh, it's another stupid fucking card.
I think it's you, right?
This is you, yeah.
Okay. Sonata of Silence, 2-drop. Select a Rely Omen of Silence. Your cemetery, summon it, Necrocharge 10. Each opponent discards a random card. Do you like Rule 9? Now you can play 6.
I hate this card. They should not have made this
and
card.
make him ditch 2.
Oh,
They
my
should
God.
not have designed this card. This card's so toxic. I don't know why they're doing this card, man.
I don't know.
Rule 9, I don't know. Just I just make the stats worse and have the opponent choose.
3 mana, opponent discards 2 random cards, and you kill a 3-drop, and you get a 4/4. Sick value.
Yep.
Such great value. Welcome to the circus of values.
And you
Yeah, I'll give it an A.
and you floodgate their spells.
He's going all over the map with the rainbow.
Oh, whoops.
The ghost, dude. Card's so good. Rule 9 came to rate himself also.
Yeah. We'll put one over here too.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, moving on here.
All right, Chris Pumpkinhead, 2 mana, 2/2, Evo for 1, and then at the start of your end phase, Necrocharge 10, select a file on your field, give it +1/+1 in ward, and engage it, and then on evolve, you bury the top 2 cards of your deck, and it has the same effect. I guess
the name.
Yeah, Pumpkinhead. I think this is for like the Tartarus Departed deck, and you can kind of play this off of Hector, and ward Hector needs like a 6/7, which is okay. It's a fine card. It gets you to your 15 that you need for Tartarus and 10 that you need for Hector. But other than that, I don't.
Yeah, it just built in Necro stuff. The Evo side is just not super impressive. Yeah. It's just if you need the extra berry, then you're good to go.
Yeah. I feel like Evo slots are really hard for Abyss a lot of the times, though.
Yeah, especially in 2-cost Abyss. It's just you play what's you play the Rule Knives, you play the Arbiters, you play the Rose Queens. It's 9 already immediately.
Yeah, Maisha or Dublame.
Yeah. All right, next card.
This
it's me. No, that's not me.
Wait, you said yeah.
It's you, yeah. Ollie.
Salami.
Salome.
3 mana, 1/2, fanfare, and last word. So time we find on the field, deal 2 damage, and you gain 1 life.
Okay, moving on.
I like that they literally they just copy pasted from digital, and it's no, they didn't. No, she was a 5 mana 2/5. Whoa, she was way different. What card am I thinking of? There was something that did this exact thing, but no.
All right.
Not even departed trait.
Moving on here. Kiss of Lust. 2-drop spell. Give your leader +2 health, and then draw a card. If Sanguine's active for you, you draw 2 instead. You play this in 2-card Abyss. This keeps your hand size up. You have lots of ways to activate Sanguine. And then even if you don't, you still fine. You get a heal 2 and draw a card, so you get a cycle. Card is great. Anything else to add?
That was a good card.
Does it do you even play this in a generic aggro Valneric deck?
Probably I mean, not. Maybe though, because if you're playing aggro, you go low to the ground, you lose to a board wipe, you need a way to refill, keep hand size up so you can refill the board with aggression. I could see it, but also drawing this card and flooding your hand with these is even horrible in aggro Abyss. So there's definitely some balance of you you probably do play this card because a lot of the good aggro stuff is like Sanguine at this point, right? Where you're just punching yourself in the face.
Yeah, but like 2 mana to like not convert that into any face damage is kind of rough.
Yeah.
They finally made Blood Pact a little bit though. Finally.
Yeah. Next card.
All right, Orion. I don't. Did I say that right? I don't know. 6 mana 3/3 rush. Whoa, holy moly! Last word. Select a nightmare or abyss follower that costs 5 or less in your cemetery and summon it. Jeez, bro. If these are the cards for Nephthys, I don't know, man.
This this is the card that you want to hit so you can get Odile back.
And then you have 3 of these in your hand, and you just go to lunch break.
Yeah,
well,
dude, it's 0-2. Go to early lunch. It's sick.
Yeah. Shout out to the Nep enjoyers, I guess.
Deck sick.
Next card.
This is mine. Marion the Mummy. 3 mana 3/3. Volus follow for 1. Fanfare. Mill top 2 cards of your deck, and then when she's evolved, she's a 4/4 ward. With Necro 7, this follower has a Sail, and then Necro 15, this follower has Storm and Bane. It's okay.
This card's kind of sick, yeah. Just has no place.
There's like potentially a slot in like Nep because it puts so many cards in the grave, but like,
I don't really have an opinion on this card. It seems okay.
It's the Nintendo DS.
It's dual screen.
Yeah.
I'll give it a D because it has the word Storm, Bane, and Nacelle on it.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah.
She's a cute mummy.
Oh. Next card here. Look, this guy. Every time I see this guy's picture, just for whatever reason, it makes me laugh.
He's having a head ache.
Dude, he's like my migraine, dude. Oh,
dang it. He's the guy that when they go, let's go gambling.
Yeah, he's the let's go gambling guy. 3-drop 3/1 Zealot of Silence. Rush during your turn when an opponent discards a card. Pay 1. Summon this follower from your cemetery. Personally, like outside of like just Shadowverse, I like effects like this, even if like the stats aren't like amazing. But like once this is in the grave and you start like doing your game plan, you can just keep adding pressure to the board. Kind of like the reason why I kind of like the Phoenix card, because I just remember in Magic that one dumb Phoenix card also was which is really cool. I kind of like the value.
Phoenix, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I like the idea of that, especially like in control decks. You just like I pay 1 to put like it's not a huge threat, but it's like a thing. There's a body on the board that has to be answered. But I don't think like in this. I don't think this is like in any like insane deck. I guess late game, like if you go like the full discard Owen stuff, like I guess you can get value out of it that way. It's an okay card, but at the same time, I don't think there's like a really the Omen package stuff doesn't feel very strong right now because you can just play 2 cost Abyss and still play the best card, which is Rule 9 or whatever, right? So.
Yeah. My issue is he costs 1. Like spending 1 mana for a card like this is so bad.
Yeah, that's why it's like
good at 1.
It's like the type of thing where it's like it's good because later in the game when you're playing control in late game, then you don't mind paying the 1 over and over again for like a 3/1 that dies to everything. But like it's just a small body your opponent has to answer forever. But I just don't think there is enough to really enable this to be that good. Unlike the Star Phoenix or whatever in Dragon, that has more potential to come back more often than this card, I feel like. But
yeah, I think we kind of have like an issue right now. I kind of realize like control decks like almost can't function because like Misha exists. Like it's such just like a I don't know how. I mean, I guess you just like hold 2 up for Surefire, but it's like, you know, like I like a lot of these ideas of these control decks. Like I like what you're talking about makes a lot of sense where you're just going, okay, getting this value from this, you know, from your game plan late game. But it's like there's we just have this like neutral card that just wins the game on turn 8 or 9.
Yeah, yeah,
it's really hard to stop. It's really hard to stop.
Yeah,
without like impeding your own game plan, you know. And there's just like we don't have enough like high value cards that involve like stalling or like healing or not winning the game, where we can like be fine like holding 2 mana up or not playing a follower to play around Misha, you know. It's just something I was thinking about when you were talking about like this card.
Yeah.
I agree. Like I really do like the idea of some heavy control deck where you have basically 3 extra cards every turn because you play 3 of these and then like you discard and summon 3 of these guys back, and that's kind of like one of your win cons. But it's like that's like a okay, I'm gonna win on turn 14 type deck, you know?
Yeah, I think with
we just can't do that.
Yeah, with the way that the game's designed and the systems of the game, I like the more I've played this game, it just there's no real true hard control deck like you can play like in like Magic playing like a blue-white deck or something. It basically doesn't exist in this game, and like the closest thing to it is like maybe Control Abyss and maybe like Control Haven. Those are like the two that kind of have like standout ways to like make the game kind of go long or like run your opponent resources out and stuff, but they're not very powerful because this game lends itself to being more
aggressive.
Yeah, it's more about being proactive in this game than reactive to your opponent, it feels like. Yeah, which is the issue where like other games that have like more systems of being able to interact with your opponent, like Magic lets you have like those type of like draw go game plans, whereas in this game you can't just pass a turn and float like everything because you'll just lose the game. Yeah. Next card.
Me. I get all the good cards, kind of. 2-drop, 3/2 Zelda of Lust. Give your leader -1 health, select enemy fall on the field and deal it 1 damage, activate twice per turn. This card's really strong in 2 cost Abyss. Being able to have like a because like when I look at the deck, it's sort of like half of it's like removal and then the other half is like proactive. I don't want to say like aggressive game plan, but sort of just like fathers on the board, you know, like 2/3s that do stuff. And I love this card because it's like a mix of both, and it really helps the deck not feel like you need more removal than like you might, or you don't need as much removal as you would think because you have this card where you play this and you're not only developing a fairly okay body, you're also presenting like future removal that you can use on early or later turns. It's a sanguine activator, so you can do the kiss and draw 2 cards and stuff. Really good card. This card's really, really, really strong.
Yeah, I think pressure kind of like hit everything. Well, the first time I played this card, I was like, ooh, and then I did the effects. And I was like, ooh, this card's good. This card's really good. I'll give it a B. We'll have the whole gambit here.
The return.
Next card.
Got Manifest Malice, 2-drop spell. Select an enemy file on the field, deal 3 damage. You may banish 4 cards from your grave. If you do, return this card to its owner's hand.
So this just ruins your Necrocharge? That's cool.
Have you guys tried this card?
Well, I've thought about this card a lot. This is the card that makes me think they like way over designed Rose Queen, because I think they wanted you to like play, have this card and you go, but then it's like you don't even need that much removal. Like you literally just go like Thornburst, 2 AoE, and then the next 2 cards you play, you could just do whatever. You still clear the board, Yeah.
I thought you would need this card because like all the games where you don't hit the Arbiter, like you probably don't have much hand, but yeah.
And then the really issue is the games where you don't hit Arbiter, you don't have a graveyard, so this effect wouldn't even matter anyway.
Yeah.
You just don't have enough mills in the deck. It's a card I'll think more about. And like if I really feel like there's like so many board-based decks out there that's really hard to, or like if there's some board that is created that Rose Queen can't crack, then I could see this.
I just think even outside of like 2 cost Abyss, I don't even think this has a home really anywhere, because I think a lot of the cards Abyss cares about, they have Necrocharge, and then you're just like negging yourself on your Necrocharge. and it's not. It's like the cost is banish 4, so you're essentially taking 5 cards out of your grave when you bring this back, right? It seems pretty miserable.
This is very One Piece brained of me, but would it be broken if it put cards back to the bottom of your deck? As like sort of a anti-deck out option.
I don't know. That would be really interesting too, though.
Interesting.
Yeah, it'd be one of those things too, where it's like you could stack the bottom of your deck, and if you can turbo to the bottom of your deck,
exactly.
Yeah, that would be actually really cool.
There's a lot of that in One Piece. It's like going through your whole deck, and remember. But
yeah, isn't that what Nami does basically?
No, Nami just like once you deck out, you win. But like Vegapunk like searches.
Oh,
so
name
much
of Nami's Spartacus, sick.
Nami's actually the Spartacus.
Yeah, searches so much that like after like 8 searches, because they're all like top 5, like the rest of your deck, because you've seen all the cards and you
put it the exact way you wanted it.
Even like Rage
that would actually make this card super interesting, and I wonder.
I actually think that'd be really cool. I feel like it'd be kind of busted. Like it would completely remove like Octress. Like she would just not even be like, at least in terms of,
and against Abyss, like you just you're like, I accept the fact that Octress is dead.
Probably Octress's best matchup, because you just win that deck out. But why did someone say edging card? I don't know. Is that this card or which card?
All the cards, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, guys. We've made it to Haven. All right. If you haven't done it yet, you guys should totally like the stream, because I don't know. How long have we been streaming? 2 hours and 25 minutes. That's too much time. Oh, dude, look at Ektar came back, and he's let go of all the evil in the world, and he's now a holy man.
Look at that mustache.
Is this me or is this?
Yeah, it's you.
Yes.
Okay, we got Ektar. 7-drop 5/6 ward. Fanfish looked up to 2 Havencraft followers that cost 2 or less in your cemetery. Summon them while this card is in your field. Each Havencraft follower on your field has rush. Banish 3 Havencraft followers from your cemetery. Give each other follower on your field +1/+1. Activate only once per turn. Damn, that would have been hype if I could just banish my entire grave and like both my guys like 5 each. Oh man. What 2-drops are really good in Haven? That's it, right?
Robo Falcon, the Iron Knuckle Nun.
What is Mousker? Is Mouskers the 2 or is it 3?
He's 1. But
he's 1. Yeah.
Wait, is he 1 or am I tripping?
Dude,
no, the Amulet's 1.
Yeah. Wait, is he 1? Was he 1 in digital? I know he was still 1/3.
I think he was a 3-mana 1/3 in digital, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He's 2-drop in this game.
I just remember the PTSD of getting shot at by that fucker.
Dude, yeah, all the time whenever you swing in.
That deck was so nuts. with the mouse girl, and then the freaking the 0-mana 4/5.
Yeah.
Just every card just shot you.
Yeah.
I'm not too high on this card.
Yeah.
It's like Robo Falcon's pretty cool. I can't really think of anything else.
It's a bit too narrow.
Yeah.
I honestly think the only thing holding this card back is Rose Queen.
Dude, Rose Queen is the end of all.
Because it's just I really like this like 1-card board, make a board. There's a lot of good 2-cost Haven cards. Robo Falcon. Like if you get 2 Robo Falcons, like that's really strong. They're going to be swinging for 4, right? 4 storms. So that's 8 storm.
Yeah.
And he still has rush, so you can still clear the board. My issue is just that you're playing this, and no matter what, you're passing the turn into a Rose Queen turn. And you can't. There's no way this deck beats puppets. Like there's just no way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's like a C for me, I think. But if Rose Queen didn't exist, I think this card would actually be really good.
Go hard. Yeah, I think I'll give it a C.
It also has ward. I forgot it has ward.
The one of the things too is it's still 6 health, which is like the break point between it being like good health line versus not a good health line, right? Because I think at 7 is when things start getting way better, just due to like the removal in this meta. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I read Haven cards, I want them to be really good, because I actually like Haven as like a craft. Like I think if I had to,
are you a Haven doomer?
I'm a Haven Doomer, dude. All the time. I like playing Haven so much that I'm a Doomer of it every time until someone convinces me otherwise. Until we find the Uineko deck again.
Yeah.
Damn.
Next card.
All right. Godsworn Alexiel.
Oh, I thought it was me, but
oh wait,
I read Hector. It's pressure.
Oh, it is pressure.
7 mana 4/4 Godsworn Alexiel. Evolve for 1, ward, fanfare, give your leader health equal to 2 times the number of amulets, so up to 8. And then on evolve, select the enemy file on the field, deal it, and its leader equal to 2 times the number of amulets on your field, so up to 8. This card is just 1 mana too slow, in my opinion. I played against it. It's cute. It's just right now it just doesn't have the amulets it needs.
I got Alexiel 3 turns in a row.
Did you lose?
Yes, I did.
It's because I like yeah.
While they had 4 amulets on the board.
Yeah, it's. I just I could see. Okay, you're asking them to play amulets for like if you were asking me to play amulets for 6 turns in a row, I'm good. I got you. Yeah, 7 turns in a row is kind of where it loses me.
The problem with this deck, well, I think a good chunk of the amulets, they also make bodies when they come out and do other things, so you can't kind of control the board. But I think the biggest issue with this deck is if it doesn't play Alexiel, it just doesn't do anything. It can stick some burn damage. It can control the board a little bit, but you can't kill your opponent without Alexiel.
Yeah. I could definitely see there being a meta call where you're okay, I just what even deck maybe this beats puppets, maybe you heal so much, maybe you have Themis and John, and you're just okay. Dodger Sword and 2 Cosmos don't exist, and then you just queue up and you get a really good run. I don't know.
Yeah. It's okay.
What do you think, Kit?
I'm not a fan. It's the cost is just so much for the payoff. If it was a turn or 2 earlier, there's probably something there, but this is turn 7 at the earliest, right? So
yeah.
All right.
Eidolon of Madness. 2 mana 0/3. Evos for 2. Fanfare if there are at least 3 amulets on your field. Card Evo costs 0, and then Evos into an amulet that banishes a follower, and then last words deal 3 damage to each enemy leader. This is an okay removal piece, and then you have ways to sack the amulet so it turns into damage later on if you want it.
This makes McQueen do 6 damage. Busted.
Well, you have the 2 mana lion dude that sacks the amulet to deal 1 damage, so it's 2 mana, burn 4 for face, which is pretty okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't messed around with these followers that turn into amulet stuff yet, so I don't have a really strong opinion. I think on the surface, I'm not too high on the card at all. But I mean, I could be convinced otherwise. Yeah. I think the card's only good if you consistently get it for 0 Evo. I guess paying 2 to Evo it, so the total of 4 to remove something is still not the worst in the world. But yeah, I don't know. You have any opinions, Pressure?
Nope. Not really.
Yeah. It's a decent removal spell, I would say.
Yeah.
Especially if you can free vote it.
Yeah. All right. Next card. 2-drop 2/3 Sekement, whatever. It's a 2/3 2 cost. You can tap it to bury an amulet, select an enemy farm on the field, deal 4 damage to it and 1 damage to its leader. So this kind of combos with the last card essentially. You can pop something, then pop another thing and deal how much does this do again? 3, so you can do 4 to your opponent.
Yeah, 4 to a leader, 4 to a leader, 4 to a follower, basically.
Yeah, that's kind of cute. You play this in the amulet deck most likely because you need to remove things off the board.
Yeah.
Are there any other amulets we care to remove that are hard? Oh, I guess PTP is like one that's like we can't always remove.
Yeah.
But you
There's
also
one later that's like has a death or a last words.
There's another amulet that I believe heals you on the last words. And like makes
Yeah.
a trigger on play.
But the issue is like this is a follower that's on amulet, so you can only play this like 2 turns before Alexiel comes down.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just like it almost. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of like when people would play Gensetsu in mono. Like I remember the game I played, and then I just like kept the one fox up, and you could never do mono. Like it almost kind of reminds me of that, where you just like, you keep one guy, and Alexiel's only ever healing and dealing 6. Unless they like make it really awkward for themselves. So I don't love these followers that do effects with amulets because you don't want any followers at all. It's Alexiel and a bunch of like statues,
Yeah. All right, moving on.
All right, Vengeful Radiance, 2 mana, quick. This card can't be played during your turn. That's a rough piece of text. Select up to 2 enemy followers on the field and deal 4 damage divided between them. Pretty interesting, pretty cool card. I like I like a good removal piece. I mean, I just feel like this could have just been this exact card and be able to play on your turn and be still fine, and Haven would still probably be bad. I don't really know why there needs to be like the restriction of like can't be played on during your turn. It's still fine though, just the way the game works. It's like you just still. I guess it sucks against Insane.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is insane. Oh yeah. I don't know. I feel like every time Haven might get a piece like this that's like, ooh, control could be something good because 2 costs deal 4 quick removal could be pretty hype, and then it gets this weird thing where it's like, but you can't play it on your turn because of I don't know. I don't even know if there's a good reason. I like this card though. I think it has like potential. It's just unfortunate that like you're always locked into like having to react to your opponent in that way. I guess this is actually good in the Float Abyss stuff package, right? It gives you other things to like swing. When you have the Float Abyss.
Oh, yeah, we were playing, Float Haven.
Yeah, Float Haven. Sorry. What did I say? Abyss. Float Haven.
Yeah. Hey. The big 2-5.
Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah. All right. Moving on.
Celtic Shack.
Oh, wait. Is this me?
No, this is me. Sorry. Colette Holy Gunner. Wasn't this one of the other stupid digital cards?
What do you mean by that?
From that deck where that like went in the same deck as the Meowskers?
No, Colette was literally a 2-mana 2/2, and you like randomly got like one of 2 cards. It was kind of interesting, but no, it was not. It was
anyways.
more than that.
2 mana, 2/1. She evolves for 2, does nothing else. Evolves into a 3/2, unevolved. Each opponent buries a follower. Oh wow, it's Yuzuki.
I'm so glad we can out Aegis in the mirror now.
And Marwyn, yeah.
And Marwyn.
Yo!
Oh my god, this is to Marwyn to make me so sad. Oh my god.
But then we're like playing some fucking mirror match. We've lost 4 games. Like we're inside tournaments and stuff.
We're
like,
table 100. Table 100 matches, baby.
That implies that there's 200 people going to an event.
Yeah, true. Listen, a man can dream, all right? They got 170 in Pennsylvania, I think, right?
That was 3 months ago.
Yeah. And then everyone quit the game.
Or 2 months ago.
Yeah, this is a card. I guess it's fine removal.
It gets through Aura.
True.
If it's the only thing on their board.
Whoa, I got to counteract you again.
I want this card to be good. I always wanted them to do the 11 version in digital, but they never did. They only did her once. She has a lot of other art from Rage Bahamut, but alas.
Next card.
This
is you, Kit.
Oh, wait, I thought I just read the... Oh, no, that was you. Okay.
No, I read it.
Drop 5/5. Fanfare, select up to 2 enemy cards on the field, destroy them, and then draw a card.
Wow.
Kills Rose Queen another 2-drop and then dies to Maisha.
True. Can we just give this an F and move on?
Was this what you were thinking of when you were like, you randomly said the other night, like, what if we just make a control Haven deck where we're killing something every turn?
No. It wasn't because of this. It wasn't because of this. This card is ass.
Okay. This card's sick in draft.
Dude, in Open 8, this card is a bomb. You draft this every time, even though there's no drafting, you just hope to open it. It's a silver, so unfortunately you probably won't open it.
You probably won't. Still was a short printed.
Yeah.
S for short printed.
Yeah. We need to do that Open 8 list. I'll do Pressure side tangent again. We still need to do that video together, the Salt video.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Well,
yeah, I want to do that.
I really want to do that.
Is it going to be before this set? Because like I'm going to add, freaking Rose Queen.
No, we can add this set. Yeah, screw it. All right. Oh, dude, this is the card that makes me so sad.
Drop Manifestation of Repose. This card costs 2 less to play if there's a Marwyn Omen of Repose on your field. Select a file on your field, give it +2 health, and draw a card. They made this card specifically for us. This is our reward for for playing this shitty, awful fucking deck. If you're like a sports guy, Marwyn is Kevin Garnett into the big 2025. It's there's no way it's playable. But
oh man,
funny.
Dude.
If it has 10 health, it still dies to Viridian Magna. So.
True. This card brings me hope every time I read it, and then I pretend Bane doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Oh man, I might just still try to build an Omen deck or a deck with this guy. Dude, he's my feature.
Play this for free. 12 health Marwyn.
What's that guy? What's that guy's name in Umineko? The grandpa. Dude, I'm that guy screaming in the rain. Beatrice! That is me. Every time I think of Marwyn. Oh man. All right, dude. The Umineko Chads in chat who will know.
The questions are.
Yeah, we're on the answers arc now.
We're on the answers arc. We definitely got some answers for you.
Oh man.
All right. 2 mana Malevolent Almirage. 2 mana 2/3 has ward. Fanfare, Militar card of your deck. If you buried a follower with ward, give this follower Bane. Wow.
That's cute for the ward deck.
Is it raining? That's actually kind of sick.
Yeah. I didn't know this existed.
This card's kind of sick. The
just
issue is whenever I see Ward, I'm like, okay, Ward got some cards, and then I remember Wilbert's still just like, DraftKings Sportsbook expert. So.
Just hit, dude.
Dude, okay, listen. I played this guy. He was really cool. I forgot his name already, but I played him in Chicago. He was playing Machina Haven with Wilbert. Every one of his Wilberts hit Kaede. Every single one.
That's the Chicago special.
Dude, I was just like, dude, this guy's too good.
Yeah, play Wilbert on 5-hit Kaede is the Chicago special.
Oh man, he did it like 3 times in a row, and I was like, impressive. That game was a lot of fun. We ended up board wiping each other. I think I played all 3 Laticas that game, and I think he played all his board wipes. It was just a really funny game where like he would build a board, I would board wipe him, and then he would like clear my board with like Wilbert Kaede, and then I'd be like, all right, here's my other Latica. And it was just pretty funny. Anyway,
did you win?
I did, but it was a very fun game. Oh, technically, I mean, I don't think we get in trouble for this, but technically, the game went to time. But I think I was in a position to win the game if we had more turns. But he gave it to me because, like, he's like after that, he didn't really have much anything else going on after that. After like the 3rd board wipe. So yeah. But yeah, next card here. This is me, right?
Yeah.
All right. 4-drop 0/4 Zelda for Pros at the start of each opponent's main phase. Select an enemy follower with 4 defense or less on the field and destroy it. I actually like this card, like in general. I haven't got to play with it yet, but I definitely do want to play with it. It just seems like such an annoying piece because you don't have to tap this card at all, which means they either have to have a cell or a spell to remove this card, which is like really annoying. So you force your opponent to have an answer, and then any card that's like 3 costs Evo or less, this just will destroy any card you like. Even it, for example, if you have this card on the board and you Jean, suddenly you can start clearing things that are like 4 or 5 costs, maybe even 6 costs, depending how much damage you do and stuff like that with Jean. I think this card's really sick. Yeah, you got anything to say?
Yeah, I need it to be 1 attack so I can trade with Victoria. That's honestly one of my biggest issues with it. It just auto dies to one of the, like, it doesn't do anything. It's 2 cost abyss, like it just auto dies.
Yeah.
Freaking Natter sword, it still gets killed, and it also doesn't have like that much value. It kills Balion, I guess, on that turn, but they can kill it pretty easy the next turn, and it still dies. And then the good deck that it's probably really good into is puppets, but it does like it. You still leave Victoria on the field, so I don't know. I think this card is really bad.
I personally think like. I mean, yeah, I just said what I said, but yeah, like, I don't know. I want to play with this card for sure, and then to like completely evaluate it exactly what I think it is, like, because I'm kind of torn between like D and maybe C, but yeah,
it's also like, what deck are you playing this in?
The Umi Neko deck, obviously.
On the turn Marwood's supposed to come down, you're playing a 0/4.
Absolutely. Why would I want to 8/8 to dice the Viridian back?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you play a 0/4 that dies the Viridian.
At least I'll have a friend to die to Yuzuki with.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Next card.
Temple Windbear. 2 mana, 1/2 Evo for 2. On evolve, summon a Holy Tiger token. If there are at least 2 amulets on the field, draw a card. It's actually not bad. Oh, it's 4 mana though total. 4
mana to have a 4/4 rush and a 2/3.
Draw a card. No, good in draft, but no.
Oh, I thought you said draw 2 cards. I was like, what? That's insane. And then I reread it, and it said draw a card.
Yeah.
And you had to have at least 2 amulets, so like.
Yeah, I mean, there's just more random amulet support. It seems like okay. It's definitely. I don't know. Okay, actually, I'm gonna give it an F. I was like, maybe there's a world where I can give it a D, but here we are. All right, next card.
All right, Angel of the Iron. I thought that said Seed for a second. Angel of the Iron Steed, 4 mana, 3/4. She has Ward and Fanfare. Summons a Mystic Artifact. This is the 2/3.
Draw a card. Yeah.
Ward draw card.
Whoa, this card. Whoa.
All right, Day 9.
Nuts.
All right, Day 9.
This card like this card pushes Ward up like 2 things. I didn't realize this had Ward itself, so I thought it was just like a 4 mana 3/4 that summons like a Ward that draws. This is 4 mana 5/7 worth of stats that you can hit off Wilbert, and it draws a card. Am I crazy, or am I like this card? Seems nuts.
I think this card's pretty
I think this card is really solid for like the same reasons we were playing. Technically not the same reasons because it doesn't have the same potential Gravity Grab. I actually have one on the desk here right now, a foil one from opening a pack. It's like the same reason I like Gravity Grappler. But yeah, I
didn't realize this had Ward. I actually want to try Ward Haven now. This card seems really bonkers. 5/7 worth of stats, draw a card, and it's like one of the better cards to get off Wilbert, but it's not like it makes your Wilbert pool less just like, live or die type thing, like just like if you hit, because this is still like if you need this basically adds like a 7th, 8th, and 9th like good card to hit off him because you hit Kanade, Lapis, and then this as well, and you draw. Because that was one of the other issues with Ward is you'd lose hands so fast.
Yeah.
I wonder if Ward has a place in the meta. Like, does it beat puppets enough? Obviously, like we were talking about, like Hector makes it die, or like Rose Queen kills him, but maybe you can be aggressive enough where you like kill 2 cost abyss before they.
Didn't Warhaven do like pretty well in this set in
I
Japan?
don't know. I didn't follow.
I
Oh,
didn't-
in this set. Oh, I don't know.
I didn't look
I
at
should
all.
look.
I thought it. I
But it's
thought
also
it
like
did.
Lapis is also good too because like you can't like 2 cost abyss can't kill it with Arbiter, and so it's just gonna get at least like 2 hits of the proc. I don't know. Wardhaven, this singular card makes me actually really want to try Wardhaven and way more.
We're back in the answer arc, boys. Let's go.
Bro, we had to go relook at the like questions again. No,
Yeah.
it's the questions arc. It's the questions arc. We had to
Okay, we go back to the questions arc.
Yeah, because we gotta re-see the questions again. Because like I don't know, that sounds kind of good. And now that we have like a late game thing with
in Wardhaven, really quick, what are we doing on 4? Because like
this,
I mean, is there anything else like Wardhaven's doing on 4? Because this is if this is a really good thing to also be curving out on 4. Like I can see it even
the
better.
one dude,
The bird. Yeah, the bird.
yeah,
That's
the bird that like deals 2 or whatever. I feel like turn 4 was really bad for the deck.
This might, great. Now I have to write down another deck we have to test. I'm gonna kill myself.
Definitely want to try this, and then also like the Al Mirage, the fighter that like does two things that buries and gains Bane. Because that was another thing is like now you can play Saintly Leader and it's okay. Because like Saintly Leader is the one where you banish 3 wards and banish something, or you banish 3 ward things from your graveyard and then banish something else. And like now that's like kind of more likely to happen. Okay, and you still have a counterattack because counterattack still like
counterattack is sick, yeah.
In archetype cards, you know.
At the showdown, I think almost every opponent when I played counterattack for 4, like they took the card for me to read it, like, and that's when you know you're feeling good, you know, when they have to read the card every time.
I really like. I think the thing I just want to know is how bad is it into 2 cost abyss. I think that's the main thing I'd want to know. Well, if you can at least like make it not as bad.
Yeah.
All right, we went on a tangent. This is probably the longest card we've spent, and it's a bronze card.
the bronze cards are sick. D for bronze.
What are people saying in the
Kaede still goes nuts. Tempo Jean maybe.
Wait, did someone buy out Kaede Canada
again?
Canada or whatever?
No,
I don't know. I was just asking.
A while ago.
Do they exist now?
I don't know.
Kaede or Canada?
Kaede. I can.
Okay. Oh Lord, have mercy. Never mind. I'm not playing this deck.
I think you can find it for cheap if you look in the. Oh, look, little hearts popped out when you click on this. Interesting. All right. If you look around for it, but I think on TCG Player you're kind of screwed on the pricing. Who bought that shit out? I don't even know. Oh wait, next card here.
Let's see you, Kit.
Oh shit. 3-drop Amulet, Forgotten Sanctuary, Fanfare, summon a Holy Tiger token. Last words, give your leader +2 health. This is a card you're allowed to play in your deck legally.
3 mana 4/4. That's like pretty good stats. And then whenever you're able to get it off the field, it heals you.
Ooh, with what's it called? You can heal 5 and draw a card with that 1-drop. I forget its name.
Oh, the 1-drop spell, yeah.
Yeah. All right. That concludes Haven. Let's do it. We're moving on to neutral here, guys. Thank you for for the people that have been here this whole time. You guys are insane because I don't want to be here this whole time. This has been long. All right, welcome to neutral. Pressure.
All right, Alterplane Arbiter, 5 mana, 5/5, Evo for 2. Fanfare, declare any number. Bury the top 5 cards of your deck. Deal X damage to each enemy following the field. X equals the number of cards buried this way that costs the declared number. On evolves like 3 cards with different names in your cemetery. If they each cost the same number of play points, add them to your hand. This card is the second best card in 2 cost abyss. It is like one of the most important cards. It is frustrating when you don't get it, and a lot of your game plan revolves around it. There's a lot of cards like one of the reasons you can't play a lot of Necrocharge cards in the deck, really, is because you're not milling unless you hit this card. Like, so it's sort of like, if you're not hitting this card, you're probably losing anyway, so you don't really want to be playing cards that's like dependent on you having this card, because if you have this card, you have a game plan, you know, or you have a game, you know. But it's really strong. It draws 3 cards. It clears the board most of the time. It's funny when it's like you're just playing this on an empty board to draw and you declare like 28 or something, you know, like random numbers. But yeah.
All right, story
Oh, why
time.
this card is also a board wipe as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a board wipe, Ollie, because this story will haunt people.
So
I was playing against Pressure the other day, and I played this card, and I stopped and said, "Do I say 6 here because I know I'm going to mill 3 Rose Queens?" And I was like, "No, that's so stupid." When I was talking to Pressure, I'm just going to say 2. I proceeded. The first 3 cards I milled out of my deck were 3 Rose Queens.
So
I don't remember that happening.
You don't remember that? That happened, dude. That game was so bad. That was one of the games where I was just like,
it must have been like, yeah. Was I playing Hunter? Or was I playing?
You were on Hunter, probably. I think.
Okay, so that was really early on. I was probably not like super paying attention.
Yeah,
I think that was when I was like, okay, 2 cost of this fucking sucks. Like, you know, or whatever. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
I was just like, I hate this game.
Yeah. Well,
All
hey,
right.
you could add 3 back.
True. No, because they have to all be different card names.
Oh shit.
yeah.
Oh, all right. Next card here.
All right, Sylvia the Condemner, 6/6 for 7. Fanfare, select an enemy follower on the field, destroy it and deal 5 damage to its leaders. And then you can also pay 2 and discard this to select an enemy follower that costs 5 or more and destroy it. What?
Card is really good. I like the card. This answers Arbiter. This adds extra reach in some decks that need the extra 5. It comes down and answers something. Card's fine.
Is this the card Wardhaven needs? Or Storm, like Storm Wardhaven?
Oh, you know what? Maybe. I didn't really think about that.
I don't care about the deck anymore now because I'm not paying.
Yeah,
I'm not paying more than $2 for the guy.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm not. You know, that's
I guess it's just weird that the destroying effect is limited to 5 cost or more.
If it could kill anything for 2 mana, this would be the best card in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like 1 trillion, it would just be in every single deck. I would hate that in like there's some decks that do not need, like, imagine this in Natra Sword. You just kill anything.
Get me out of this game.
Yeah, I'm like, where's B?
Yeah. Next card.
Is you.
6. Is this Shaquille O'Neal? All right. Anyway, 6 drop. Shaq. It's a 4/4. You pay 2 to Evo. You may summon a neutral follower from your hand and give it at the start of your end phase. Return this card to its owner's hand, and then on evolves, give each follower on the field rush and a cell.
You can summon Israfil and then bounce back.
Busted. Israfil Evo
he just
swinging.
had like a time warp back to 2017 because that's exactly what this card was for.
Oh yeah, I think it was actually.
That's literally exactly what it was for. And it is like lore wise too because they're both like together or whatever, you know. But yeah, I mean, this in 2025, like this card fucking sucks. Like this card is horrendous. But if this came out with Israfil, like it should have, I think this would have been really sick, especially in like Red Dragon.
Yeah.
But alas, I don't know. I saw it like later. I guess we're not supposed to talk about like future, but like later, there's like an angel deck that like plays this. It didn't seem that good. It was during Kagero, and it seemed like all the top players were coping that Kagero wasn't like super broken, and then they still lost, and it was like, okay, Kagero's just broken.
All right, we got our boy here, or should I say,
man, 4 mana, 4/4. Search your deck for any card, add it to your hand, then shuffle. When this first was revealed in Japan, I was like, this is a bait. I don't think this card's that good, and I still like kind of stick to that. But there are some decks like 2-cost Abyss where you really do need Arbiter or Rose Queen to function. And especially a card like Arbiter, where you're regaining so much tempo on the Arbiter turn that you can kind of afford to go play this on 4. And like we've been talking about, 4/4s are pretty hard to deal with right now. And then search Arbiter, and you're fine taking like 7 to 8 damage or whatever it's going to be because your follow-up turn is so powerful, you know. And you still have a 4/4 probably sticking around if they choose to go face. My issue is sort of like the fact that you need to play this card almost makes like I'm playing it right now as like a one of. I want to take it out. Like I think it's bad, but it's you know, it's kind of a necessary evil. It's also unplayable going second. I actually had a game today where it was like I just have to Tartman for Arbiter because that's my only like way to win this game, and I was going second. And I mean, I still lost, but it was just like I don't know. It's a weird card. It's a weird card.
Yeah, I think the phrase that sums it up is like it's a necessary evil in some decks. Like one of the other decks I think I see this thrown into occasionally is Dragon, because you know Dragon's one of the few crafts that just doesn't have ways to really search very well, and this is kind of like I play Tartman on, like, if you, for example, just ramp on 2 and then this on 3 isn't the worst in the world and you get the exact card you need to, like, make sure everything's going to be fine, then it's okay. Otherwise, like, I think every time I see this card in any list ever, this is like the 40th card of the list. So it could be an extra copy of whatever thing you need to win the game. Or, like, yeah, complete your game plan. That's it.
That's the face of peak performance right there.
Absolutely.
Even in like 2-cost events is rough because it's not 2 costs and you're like adding more
inconsistency. Yeah.
I don't like, I think the key for 2 costs is like figuring out how to win, like without seeing like every key piece, you know. So I think you can, and maybe Tartman is like how you do it, but I don't know. Tartman's rough.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
All right. Slash of the 1, 3 mana. Select an enemy card that costs 4 or less on the field and destroy it. If there are 2 cards left in your hand, deal 2 damage to its leader. Meh.
Hey, you know that Whispers cards? Let's make it bad.
Oh, true.
So true, bestie.
I would rather just play the Ghislaine spell because that's a quick. And it heals me.
True. All right. Next card here. This is me, right?
Yes.
5-drop 4/4 Reina Evolution's Herald. 2 cost to evolve. Fanfare selects the enemy far on the field and deal it damage equal to the number of face-up evolved flowers on your field or on your evolved deck. And then on evolve, select the face-up evolved flower in your evolved deck. Turn it face down. Then search your deck for a flower. Reveal it. Add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. This is a weird card.
Do that again.
So it recycles an Evo, and then you
can search their follower to Evo it again. That basically is what I assume they want you to do. It only searches followers, right? So yeah. I mean, maybe if this was like 1 cost to Evo would be kind of cool, but I think playing this on turn 6 or 7 just probably miserable.
You probably don't even have that many face-up Evo followers for when you play it.
Yeah.
That's where Ozzy the Haka comes in.
Yo.
Like, I would like something like this in like Latica. That would be kind of cool, but not at this cost. Seems like too obnoxious. Like, I could see this like taking the place of like most decks play like Cetus or something, like the 1 of extra Evo. And like maybe this is it, so you can get the 4th Latica for those really annoying games where your opponent decides to heal 40. But
bro,
yeah.
4 Latica, you can't even find 2. Like the 4th one.
You gotta believe. You gotta be a believer. You recycled the same one you saw over and over again with Primal Giant.
Easy.
Yeah. All right, next card.
True.
Pressure.
Oh, my bad. 1 drop, 2/1, Ephemera, Sword Angel, Rush. Fanfare, if there are at least 3 cards on an opponent's field, give this follower +1 attack and assail. This is actually like low-key one of the best like cards in the set. It just has no place right now. It's a
Baby
really
RL, yeah.
insane. It's an insane tech card.
This
It's
card
also just
actually,
good like in aggro decks. Like this card is really, really, really strong.
yeah.
It just has no place right now.
In a vacuum, this card just reads very well.
Yeah, it sees a lot of play. It sees a lot of play. It's just right now we're none of the top 3 decks play it. But yeah, it's really good tech card. If there's a sideboard, I'd love this card.
All right, next card.
All right, Treasure Map. 3-mana spell. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. From among them, you may reveal up to 1 follower and up to 1 amulet and add them to your hand. Put the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. I guess it's
Haven
amulet,
support.
Haven support.
I saw a Hunter deck play this.
Oh, to find the amulet.
Do you remember what I was talking? Yeah, and we talked about, and we realized that you can literally whiff. There are 7 spells in the deck, and you can literally whiff. And I'm like, what in the world? This card is one of the worst cards in the game. This card sucks. Just let us open the deck up. Like, let us search for a follower in Amulet. Like, it still would be bad. It still would be unplayed.
Not allowed.
So
no
bad.
Consistency in my Shadowverse.
No, of course not.
All right, moving on. Damn, it's me. 6-drop, 7/6 Steel-clad Minotaur. Rush Ward. If this follower would take combat damage, it takes that much -2 instead. That's kind of cute.
Combine this with Durandal.
The draft killer, as it dies to like 1 removal.
As it dies to the guy who got Sylvia.
True.
Wait. If you have Durandal on your board, how does this work? Does it take -5 damage?
So if you like, no. It would work like, I would assume it would work like this. The Durandal effect would see that you would take more than 3, so it would change the damage to 3, and then this would subtract 2, right?
Okay.
Because you get because it's not like digital where it's like the order it's played, right? It's you get to decide how the effects resolve.
I do not care enough.
I don't know. I just thought that's a funny interaction.
Whatever. They probably have a FAQ on it, and I'm too lazy to go look it up. All right. I assume you're an F2, Pressure?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Alright, this is me, right?
Yeah.
High Enchantress. 4-mana, 4/3. Evolve for 1. Fanfare. Each follower puts the top card of their deck into their EX area. Do this 2 times. On evolve, select an enemy follower on the field and deal damage equal to the number of cards in your EX area. Is this actually not that bad?
That was kind of my thought process when I read this card too. I wasn't really sure.
Draw 2 cards.
Your opponent draws 2 also, but you just do it when they have 5 pixies.
So true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like unironically, like, who cares? Like, people are like, they just always have the nuts anyway, you know. Like,
your opponent always has the answer.
But if this is evoing and dealing 5 to something, it's still a 5/4, so it fucking sucks. Yeah, this card sucks.
It's only your EX area, so like.
Yeah. It's dealing 5 though. In the deck that you'd play it in, you know, like a mech, like a mech haven or something, you know.
All right, last card here.
We got the Hoppy Pig. It's a 2-mana, 2/3. Fanfare last words. Gain a life. It's a low guy.
Best 2 cost.
Look how happy he is just to be in the game, Shadowverse.
Yeah, this is your best NEP hit.
Your best NEP. You get a +2 off of this NEP
life.
Hit. Yeah. Busted. Do we care it's fighter statted at all?
I mean, I unironically think there's it's not that bad in 2 cost abyss.
It's a 2/3. That's like an average.
It's a fighter that heals you 2.
I'll give it the F plus treatment. Oh wait.
I
the way
also
this-
need to feel the way the pig feels.
All
He's
right.
vibing.
That's the end of the set, guys. We've made it. I am done. I never want to review a set again until the next set drops.
Yo,
Can't
that's
believe we
true.
did
Wait,
this.
Geek brings up a great point. There was no Gillenly support in this set. That actually sucks. I didn't realize that.
She was too strong.
Oh yeah, that's true. What the heck?
That's so bizarre. That's true. I'd never realized that. Did she have any other cards from digital that she could have gotten though? I'm gonna see.
All right. Well, while Pressure looks that up, for those that made it this far, holy shit, you guys are true troopers, and you're insane for sitting around 3 hours just listening to us yap. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know normally I release videos one at a time, but I know I've been kind of AFK for 2 weeks or so, and I've been traveling for card games everywhere, from Vancouver, Chicago, and stuff, and been working on some other things, and work has been killing me. So I'm glad I was able to get this out, and I think this was a lot of fun just to do the whole set in one sitting and doing it on a stream with you guys. I don't know if you guys like this in the future. If you've made it this far, let me know in the comments below or whatever. Do you want more live stream set reviews instead of doing the videos because it's a little bit more interactive? And then we'll probably have to edit it a little bit to make it more interactive, I guess, or something in the future. But I had fun, and doing this all in one sitting even though it's very tiring, it's very fun. And hanging out with Pressure and Ollie here was a lot of fun. So let us know for the future ones, and then I'll figure out something. Do more live streams.
There was no Gillenly's other card in the Alter Sphere, so there was no card for them to.
Yeah, I don't know. If people want more live streams in general, when I can, sometimes when Pressure and I are testing, I can just throw up the live stream for an hour or two, and you can listen to us yap about how much we hate every card and everything about this game and how we want to quit, and then we go, oh my god, this Ward card is sick. Let's build Ward Haven. And then
people hate me even more, dude, because I hate this game. I'm so negative about this.
Dude, yeah, for the people who don't know, dude, Pressure is the champion of hating Shadowverse Evolve. It's as we're playing the game, he's like, why do we even play this game? I hate this game. Let's go play One Piece.
I honestly would rather just play.
I don't know, dude. My hate runs pretty strong sometimes to this game too.
Yeah. I think when I see Ollie type some stuff, I am like, wow, I 100% agree with him. Which is no, but yeah, I just need Worlds of Beyond to come out. Honestly, I just need Worlds of Beyond to come out so I can not play this game. Worlds Beyond is gonna be bad though, so it doesn't even matter.
It's gonna get canceled. Let's be serious.
Worlds Beyond has Mahjong, okay? So it's gonna be a Mahjong simulator.
Yeah, it's coming out in June.
I believe. I do hope it is a good game. I think when it comes out, I'll stream it a bunch on this channel, just in general, because the digital game is a lot of fun. Of if I don't know how many people actually have never played the digital game and just came to this physical card game, but the digital game has a lot of wacky stuff going on. One of the mechanics that's I have a love-hate relationship with in digital is invocation. Dude, I hate that. Sometimes, who was it talking to? And was it in Chicago? Where I was sometimes I forget, I did the trigger for the invocation, and then something just summons on my board. I'm like, what is happening? And then or you forget you have the invocation trigger coming up, and you have a full board, and you watch as and you watch as it comes out of your deck and banishes itself away, and you're like, oh, there goes my win con.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't think that's how that worked in digital. I think it just doesn't.
Does it just not come out?
I literally haven't played in
I don't know. I don't remember.
But I don't. I thought I remember it just literally just doesn't activate if it's something that's supposed to come out. I haven't played. I definitely haven't played Invocation deck in a while either.
Yeah, I haven't played in a long time either, so I could be misremembering incorrectly anyway.
Fuck
but
Floros. All my homies hate Floros.
Paul Tom, I think I like broken videos better. We could have shorter segments and have a reviewer on certain cards. That might be cool too. I definitely want to figure out ways to make because I want this to be a little bit more community oriented and having more people like be able to put in their input. That's why I started doing that community tier list too, which was like a lot of fun. Which I'm gonna put up the poll for that probably in a week or so after the set drops, so people have time to like play with the cards a little bit, and then they can input what they think the set's going to be, or the tier list is going to be like for this meta. I don't know. I need to figure out more things to be doing on this channel. I'm definitely like regurgitating a lot of just like information and like not doing a lot of fun things. I feel like more entertaining things. That is, I want to do more entertaining things in between like all this like info dumps and deck techs and stuff. But yeah, I think that's kind of it for the night, guys. Ollie and Presha, thank you so much for being here. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think. I mean, Ollie, do you have anything you want to shout out or any? Yeah, anything.
If you're gonna be I'm going to Toronto for BCS, so if you're gonna be there,
is that gonna have Set 8 legal?
Yeah, it's Set 8 legal.
When is that happening?
It's next month, like the first week of March.
Okay.
What do you think of playing so far, Ollie?
Still deciding. Probably 2 costs, probably the likely choice.
Nah, your choice is Lashena. Play Lashena.
Yeah, maybe Lashena. We'll see. I gotta test more.
All right. You have any shout outs, Presha?
Shout out to Alex Bregman. Please sign with the Cubs so we can end this stupid fucking rumor mill. I mean, I don't even really want him to sign that badly, but if he does want to sign, then just do it now, please. Thank you.
All right. Well, that being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff that helps with the algorithm and things on YouTube. And I hope to see you guys in our next video or live stream, whatever happens next. Later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.